get
has to happen fairly soon.
Let's go PX อ่ะ
let's go อ่ะ
คนดูบอกอ่ะ
38 37 36
35 34
ขอเข้าแล้ว
สวัสดีครับทุกคนวันนี้เราจะช่างหลักนะแต่ว่า เราจะเฮ้ยเยก้าเล่นเกินเยก้าเล่นเกินตอนเนี้ยเฮ้ยเดี๋ยว
เฮ้ยเอาดีหลุดมาได้ไงน่ะแกปี้
แต่พี่โคตรโหดอุ้ยไม่ได้กดยิงแล้วไม่ใช่หรอสวัสดีครับ
ไอ้จะผิดพลาด
สวัสดีทุกคนครับ
The round may just be favored to them. In fact, I think it quite clearly is. Team Liquid committed their own pit on the A site. And what a mistake.
เอ้ยอย่าคู่เดือดเลย
Such a tough spot to fight back
โอ้
into. And that's
มัน
exactly
เขียว
even the weakest of weapons.
เดี๋ยวมาช่วยผมดู
Strong
ครับ
inside
ผม
this pit. They're starting to carve a way back in, but the Viper still to be dealt with. Finesse tucked in the corner with a stinger. He hopes they'll be decayed by the time a fight comes through.
เอ้า what
That is disgusting.
อะไร
Absolutely no right to take this round, and for Optic,
what the fuck อะไรวะเนี่ย
devastating.
สวัสดีครับเชี่ยทำไมอ่ะโอ้โหโอ้โหแล้วเยยิงไม่โดน
สวัสดีครับพี่กา
ไอ้เหี้ยคนลุกขอบคุณอาร์มด้วยครับขอบคุณ55 ดาวด้วยครับขอบคุณครับ thank you bro ขอบคุณอาร์มด้วยครับ
See it in their faces, Tom. Optic. That was not a round they should have won coming in. They had weaker weapons. They showed it off, whatever. But that was a winnable position. That was a hard position, and they lost it to spams in smoke, spams through walls.
เอาวะ
Demotivating, but they won't
Mana
let
fat.
it get to them. Oh,
Oi!
and hold on, he's still fighting. Yuppie's down. He's gone.
Oh
The
no
opening
no
door
no
for
no
Victor
no
to
no
space
no
claim.
no
This is what we've been missing.
Oh
from
no
Optic.
no no
Now
no
they've got
no
the
no
rifles, but look at the counter push. Team Liquid are up through mid.
oh no 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 no
And FNS, he punishes. They're
He
ahead, and
punishes.
they're keeping their lead for a moment.
Mere
And then
moment.
Demon
A
Six
mere
comes
moment.
through with one,
Hey!
two. Not again, Optic. Not like this.
วันของลิควิดว่ะเฮ้ยพี่กล้าบังแมปขอโทษลืมโอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ยลอยไปไหนอะลูก
Timing for Devere is not bad. He's gonna peek out, and Solkas gets the other one. And it seems like there is no round at the moment that Optic can win. Even if they put themselves into huge advantages, they catch the aggression. There's just more of it and more of
เชื่อ
it.
แต่ดูช่องหลังนี่แม่งให้ฟิลดีกว่าเยอะเลยอะ
Optic have got to be feeling shut down.
เชี่ย
Coming out of this replay, you'll see the timeout graphic pop up on your screen. And I don't think anybody's going to be surprised with that. Optic, I don't know if they'd call this a cringe comp, but I'm sure they won't have too much good to say about it.
Yeah, it's also funny because you go into these games and you highlight Scream, you highlight the obvious focal point, but the fact is, I think Solkas has been truly fantastic. Like, a lot of his utility has found out the pushes before they've even happened, but also just on an individual level.
อันนี้ได้บนได้ปะ
That's been the thing with this Liquid squad. Is there is not a member of this team
ถ้าคลิปไม่เน้นยิงเน้นยืนเหรอ
like
แก้เขินให้เพื่อนเปล่า
you focus on Yompi
คนยืนยังไม่ได้ยิงไง
players that do it more consistently. But when Solkas hits a peak, when he's in form, they're terrifying. And that's been the case in every iteration of this roster, by the way. This is not just this current one. 8-1. We spoke about this composition for Optic being much stronger. Should be much stronger on the attack. Well, the best they can hope for is 4.
Tom, Optic right now, you're playing against
มันจะปีของ NA เอ้ยยังเหลืออันนี้อยู่ XZ อยู่ยังเหลือ XZ อยู่ XZ มันโหด XZ ยังไงนะ
Look over at the crowd. The signs are showing it, but we can hear it loud and clear, and I imagine the bass from the crowd alone can be felt by Optic every time these devastating round losses come through. They hear their opponents, they hear the crowd celebrating their loss. 7 behind coming into round number 10.
XZ เจอ Fnatic
Unprecedented scoreline. Here's an opening.
Oh no.
Crashies on one.
โอ้โหยิงเพื่อนไป
Clearing
หนึ่ง
some space for his teammates. They know no one's
เพื่อนไปหนึ่ง
upstairs. Now they've destroyed
เดี๋
the
ยวโกง
trap. As good a start as you could
พื่อน
wish
มาหน่อย
for
ต่อ
if
ให้
you're Optic. And then Finesse goes down.
โอ้โห
The trade back from Ye, it gives them so much space. In fact, it's opened up the B site for business. There's only one defender at this point now. Demasic hasn't really been around this
เฮีย
spot.
เหลืองจะรู้
Most rounds he's been playing towards mid, and Scream hasn't caught the timing. I don't know if they'll check this.
Oh, Hern.
It's a little bit whiffy. The trade, though, from Crashies is going to give them another position. They're actually
กดแล้วแต่มี
glancing
จอ
away
พี่เป็น
from the rest
อัน
of
นี้เหร
the
อ
team. They're almost hoping the rotations come through in another direction, but it does give them a very good plant towards the spawn. And you can see from Scream's perspective, it's like, okay, chances are they're going to be planting elsewhere. He's not spotted anyone.
อันนี้คุยเหรอครับ
At this point, you're
ก็ไม่อยากเอามาเอ๊ะ
certain this is a back plant.
Up
You're going
good.
up and seeing it now, and Optic, the position's low.
โอ้ย
To be enough to close this round, but
Oi.
I made that
Hen.
mistake before.
เห็นยังมีแม่ปะ
One kill already.
Nah,
The
nah, Hen.
time is ticking. You can hear that.
No.
Ow.
It's a 2v1 with Ye to clutch, and he'll get nothing done. How?
เอาอีกแล้วพี่
Making it look so
ทำไม
easy, Mitch.
ทำไมมัน
How
ชอบ
are
มา
they
นั่ง
making
รอ
it look
เป้า
so
อ่ะ
easy?
ใคร
เหรอ
Two versus
Ow.
three. I don't even think they took any damage.
It's funny to be in this
อันเมื่อกี้
position.
ตอนที่พี่ไม่อยู่ก็
I'm
2 ต่อ
almost
4
not surprised. It's
มัน
the
มันชอบไป
story
นั่ง
of the
รอ
map.
เป้าอ่ะ แล้วก็โดนสไน
Keep
เช็
on
คมุม
carving out
What
these
the fuck?
beautiful spots.
Valorant
It looks
รัวๆเลย
untouchable. And then he just jumped to
รู้
get it.
Stop. Crashy, stop jumping.
This.
โอ้
And
มัน
this.
เป็นอย่างเงี้ยสองรอบ
It's
อะ
just insane. The time is them running the clock
Yeah.
down one round, but they peaked one after
เอากล้องล
another.
งนิดนึงได้เลยเดี๋ยวเอาให้แบบ
I don't even know
Come on,
what
lady.
you tell
Come on.
yourself at this point. You don't have a
Để đây
pause
đi
to
con.
get Chet back in there to
I know what you tell yourself.
pump you
เอา
the
ลงนี้นะ
Bind is next. That's what you tell yourself. Because Breeze is looking really rough. Victor though again.
นี่ไงเปิดได้
He's
ก็
got
จริง
the opener.
แต่ไม่ได้วิน
The Spectre, he's managed to do so much. You're going to see the counter roll come
Ui.
through. That Hunter's Fury, but it's garnered nothing. Again, space has been made towards this B side. They're pulling rotations in almost every single
เฮ้ย
พลาดละ
Vera though, he's found a
Oi, oi.
perfect timing, but he doesn't hit the shots. B side open for business once
Oh my
again.
God.
The plant as
So-
free as can be.
บิ๊กมิดเซก
แมตช์
And
แมตช์
surely,
นี้
Mitch,
มันจบแล้ว
Oh no, don't.
surely
No.
they convert this one.
บิ๊ก
Don't
มิด
be-
เซก
Look,
Mistake.
somehow I'm like 90% sure Liquid win this round.
มิดเซก
But it does
มิดเซก
look on paper. This is NA's. This is Optic's second. Finally found.
โอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ย
Anybody's going to be jumping up to see where they are this time around. But the thing for Team Liquid, you know, there's no way they're going to save at this point. And more than enough money going in here to see if they can steal another one away. And that
Oi.
goal starts it out well with Crashy's
เอา
gone.
อีกแล้วเหรอ
But Ye is still
Oh,
here,
yeah.
still dueling.
Time as well.
And
The
now,
main thing
yeah.
is the time.
You can't get rid of three players, excuse me, this quickly.
Oh, you'd hope not.
แปลก
Soulcast at least making things a little bit more costly and just looking to try and
Back,
find
back.
this through. The headshots connect
Back, back.
again.
โอ้โห
And he's going to clear them all out. The time way too
Back, back.
far gone at least. But
แล้วจน
again, there
จน
seems to
มาก
be no
เอากล้องลง
clean
อีกหน่อย
easy
อยากเห็น
round
พี่กิน
for
ข้าว
Optic.
โอเคครับ
A second on the board.
อะไรอ่ะ
They're looking for the
ควิด
curse.
รีเลียโคตรดีเลย
That's about all they can be hopeful for going into that second half. And as said, like we were expecting a lot from them on the attack, but this has been Soulcast all the way through this game. 15-5. I think this is by far the best performance we've seen from him in a long time.
Surprises us again and again, going back to the
What's
first
that?
strike days to now, and everywhere along the way. This guy's reinvented himself more times than I can count. Look at this from Team Liquid right away. I see Yumpy up close. I see him going in with an operator in hand, looking for a duel, and on the other side, Ye was contemplating the peak. Is Tour de Force ready? He's been spotted moving up. There's Ye's response, though. He was ready to trade it right off the bat. They were hoping for a push, maybe a little caught off by how aggressive
Yeah,
it
man.
was. But now they might
Bắt
just get
cùng.
themselves to sight.
โอ้
And they can get around the utility, but the counter flash actually does deny them just long enough. Soulcast looking to try and spam
Oi.
through, but he goes
Ui.
down because
อะไร
of
อ่ะ
Yay looking like he might have finally come online.
ยิง
In this
ตาม
Oh.
matchup,
แป้งกระ
and
สุน
every peak is punished.
93
It has taken a long time for Optic to get into the rhythm of things, even losing rounds.
ผมว่า93
Such
โค้ดอ่ะ
advantages, but this one is
Oh.
looking strong.
At long
ดู
last,
จาก
we're
โมเมน
starting
ตัม
to
ตอน
see
นี้
the
แล้ว
optic we expected today. but
ไม่เห็นด้วย
that position is fantastic for Victor. Absolutely fantastic. This round surely
เซฟ
already closed out. Scream faced with a 1v4. His ult online after that kill at
Wait,
least.
อะไรอ่ะ
But even then, use that ult, you don't have time to defuse.
Exactly. And just look at where Victor currently is. Like, he's so far in the back lines that there is absolutely no shot that Scream gets away with anything here. As said, it took a very long time for Optic to finally grind out a couple of rounds. They had their opportunities, they had their chances. And I'll be honest with you, Mitch, I may not be believing in the 9-3 curse, but there is one curse I'm believing in, and that's that GB finally believing in NA, doing his crazy speech, and then we get this. I think that's the biggest curse I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, look, can we blame this on Optic's game plan, their execution,
What
or
about
Team Liquid's counter strats? I don't know. I probably blame it on GB. Let's toss it over to him and see what he thinks.
That's usually how most of my relationships go. They just blame me, you know. So you know,
That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
it's okay, you know. It's
อัน
okay.
นี้คือฟังได้ป่ะพี่
อะไรนะ
นักข่าวคุยกันเนี่ย
ได้
อันนี้ได้ใช่ไหม
Barn burner for Team Liquid here, boys.
Nakao.
And I think let's just start out of the gate. Talk
Naku
about
liyak
one of the
nakao
players
ด้วย
we kind of have to put a spotlight on
Du
here
får den här.
because you know we're seeing him on the neon. It's
Body.
Victor and Bren. This has not been playing out the way that they thought it would.
No, I think that this comp, the experiment of the neon hasn't been working for them. And, you know, we're highlighting Victor here as the player because, you know, listen, the stats aren't the greatest in the world, but he has been trying to do his job. The missing element has been really him being traded properly. Because he's been creating space. But look at this, he gets an opening, and there's no trade in play. The rest of his team just falling over behind him with not being able to capitalize off of this space. And this is happening on multiple occasions, multiple scenarios, where Victor is running in and trying to get value out of the neon, but the team just isn't quite coordinated enough to follow up on it.
Yeah, I mean, even from the outset in the pistol round, you know, okay, Marv gets picked first. He's playing the breach. You need that breach to set up for these entries. It's no big deal. It's just a pistol round. They'll get it together. They'll be able to play it out, you know, execute on these strategies. Nope, we're not seeing it. We were wondering how practiced is this comp? How much time did they have to prepare for this? Did TL have a read on it, etc.? Right now, it's looking like TL had all of the information because they are countering this with little to no effort.
Yeah, well, looking forward here, right? It's going to be Team Liquid on the attack, and let's see what they could do because, you know, this composition with the Phoenix can be beneficial to them because it's just Scream and Scream pulls it off. But also, it just feels like everyone on Team Liquid are just snapping heads.
I think it's going to be really difficult for Optic to come back into this one, especially when Team Liquid are now starting to pick up pistol rounds as well. The attack side win rate there, that's the important element as well. I don't want to get too in the weeds with it, but 46%, I think that's historic as well over the course of this tournament with their attack side. It's not great, but it's enough to carry them over the finish line when they've got a 9-3 scoreline currently at the half.
He's cosplaying as Viper's ult.
Oh, that does make sense.
That
But
makes sense.
this is looking really difficult, I think, for Optic to even bring back in this map, but I want to put in the back of people's heads as well. Listen, Optic are an incredibly experienced team. The next two maps coming up for them as well are also very good maps for them off the back of it. They're not really a team to get rattled by a loss in momentum.
All right, well, let's send it back over to Mitch and Tom to break it all down in the second half.
Tom, I saw the signs in the crowd, and one in particular caught my eye. It had Team Liquid as a normal character, and of course, Optic. They were looking like some imposters. They were taken down. Right now, they're looking like imposters in this matchup, and you see that all-time record on maps against EMEA, against a Tier 1 region. They don't really stack up most of the time, and right here, this
จริงป่ะเนี่ยพี่เมื่อกี้เหรอ
they've stumbled
อ่านไม่ทัน
half. They've looked
เฮ้ยดันมา
shaky.
เดี๋ยว
Wait, he's through. Oh, they're stacked.
เฮ้ย
He gets 2 kills.
เอาดี
เอาดีจริง
เอาดิ
เอา
เดือดแล้ว
เชี่ยคัมแบ็กเลยพี่อย่างเงี้ย
The pistol record of Liquid is about to get any
ใครต่อ
better.
ก็ไม่ได้
All onto Soulcast. He's been sublime, but he would need much more than just his individual skill to take that one home. A fourth round, a lifeline for Optic, and I would also like to agree with what Bern said. I think you're looking at the fact Optic are a team, one of the most experienced IGLs we have in the entirety of Valorant right now.
Yep.
They also have an incredibly experienced coach. So I do think there are aspects that Liquid have to try not to.
ตอนแรกนึกว่าจะมอบมายูฮอ2คนกันรออยู่เหมือนกัน
It pays for them to overdo it and over-aggress and just try and close out the game quickly because sometimes that's enough to pump their players up. But it also has the
กิน
counterpoint.
93ป่ะพี่
อันนี้ถ้าแบบว่าได้ไป
So they just have to be a little bit careful here that they don't overdo it.
Now, look, I don't want to say the wind is an Optic sail after a pistol. It's more of a gentle breeze right now.
Yeah, you know,
they need to
the
pick up a
sail's at
little
least
bit.
up now.
Yeah, they've, well, down. If it's up, you're not going to catch any wind with it. I played Sea of Thieves, Tom, like I told you on that
okay,
boat.
sorry,
I know how it works.
I didn't realize we had a sailing expert alongside.
Well, you should have after our fantastic trip around Copenhagen.
Yeah, we only
didn't die.
a couple of times.
We didn't die, and we didn't sink, and that's all that matters. Tell you what, though, can't say the same for Yumpy. He's dead right at the start of this round. And Marshall for Ye putting in some work right off the
เก็บ
bat.
ออฟซะหน่อย
I think scopes on this man defensive side. That if anything's going to pull Optic out of it, it's him.
เดี๋ยว let's
That's
go
the thing. I think compositionally it looked better for the attack setting up Victor.
เฮ้ยมันดันได้ว่าไม่รู้อะพอเล่นเป็นทีมมันสามารถดันได้อยู่
So
แล้ว
you
มัน
have
คุย
a
กันเยอะไง
whole different set of problems coming through.
มันคุย
for
กัน
Team
ได้
Liquid
อะ
to try and deal with.
แต่ถ้าเล่นแรงค์
In
มัน
the early stages of
มั่ว
this
ซั่วอยู่แล้ว
round, they'd look to try and farm up some extra ults onto screen.
ถ้าเราไปคนเดียวก็จะ
So it's
หาว่า
gonna
แบบ
be a big part
นี่นั่นอะไร
of
เงี้ย
this attacking side. Try and get that run it back online as much as possible. Then he can just
สู้
take
แค้นมันลั่นจังอะ
absurd level risks. In this round though, you're looking at Soulcat. Can he do any level of damage? Ramon Navarro is
Ow.
not one with the
แปลก
classic.
แปลกจริง
Fantastic
รู้ดิ
start. They know exactly where Finesse is. Dealing with it's another story. He's got the
Back.
shields to work with and the walled up.
ขยี้เป้าไง
blocking out his opponent. Marshall
Bow, bow,
presents
bow,
some
bow.
danger. These players need to be careful, but with
การ
10
ขยี้
seconds
เป้าขอ
left,
งเขานั้นว่ะ
Solkas needs to die. He's going to go running in, sprinting. Ye will be forced to drop the weapon, leaving him with a bit of cash for the next round at least. Team Liquid 9-5 as they pull out a bye round. This is where Optic face their biggest challenge yet.
เอาละต่อ
Yeah, and this is where I want to see what the plan really
That's
is
a
on the defensive side. Like, are they going to try and again put more into the setups between Marv and Victor? I feel like Marv in this sort of role, I think it's the trouble we have for them on both this map and on Icebox, is that you don't really have the conventional smoker, so he doesn't really have those better performances. He needs to be setting up players like Victor to try and do some damage, and in the early stages of the round, it does look like they're both watching in towards cave.
โหโคตรยากปืนแบบ
Look at that.
โอ้โหมาได้ไงเนี่ย
A little bit of aggression here, and it's a great bait. I mean, we saw this the breakdown earlier
ได้
on Pearl around.
แล้วแต่งานออฟไลน์มันทำให้แบบว่าเชียร์สนุกจริง
Finesse was just tucked in a corner while the rest
โดนยิงแน่นอน
ถ้ามาช้าอย่างนี้ยังไงเด็ก
Victor tagged up in his corner.
Oh!
He
Hey!
delivers with the head.
How do you-
And now their sights will be set on this man.
Hen.
Oh, they've
เห็น
spotted
เห็น
him.
เห็นเห็นเห็นเห็น
He was a second away from sneaking behind and ripping this round apart,
Yeah,
separating Optic.
แล้ว
But instead,
โอ้โห
Finesse might just get the reward.
Yeah,
He's been
ball,
waiting
nah,ไม่
for.
เช็ค
Trigger discipline not quite there. You can
Oh!
Still comes out with a double.
The king
That's
is back
huge. So much done on
Oh!
the attack
พี่
connection
ช้าก
on
ว่าผม
the
นิดนึง
screen. This round is looking incredibly good for Optic. He gets another one before going down
พี่
as
เอ่ย
well.
ตอนนี้รีเซ็ต
A small
C3,
amount of health
C2.
healed up.
4-1 4-0น่ะวิหนึ่ง
Still some
39
potential here.
Not
We've
bad.
got Massive success in this round for Optic.
35
Just don't want to let
34
it slip away.
33 32
And as they're focused
Wait, how did-
forward, Victor comes
30
behind, claims the
29
frag on Sokas, drops the
28
spike,
27
เออ
26
เข้า
leaves a
เข้า
healed
How
up
did it?
Scream. Of course, he used his hot hands back to 67. That ain't
ติด
gonna
เคิร์ด
help
จริง
too much.
ว่าติด
Rifles
เคิร์ด
on
จริ
the
ง
other side, Marv, the only man with a weaker weapon, and he is playing back indoors, just spotting, just holding control, containing. And the final
เรียบ
10, he will swing through, stop this plant from happening.
ยังดื้ออยู่ ยังดื้ออยู่
Well handled by Optic. A
และตึงเลยไง
beautiful round and
ถ้าอย่าง
finesse.
เงี้ย
The point man of that, the
เอา
patience
แล้ว
โอ้โหแล้ว
below.
คิงจัดให้สองเฉย
And
เล
the
ย
lack of
Ao
overextension
leo ngay.
elsewhere. If Victor falls, if Scream manages to sneak his way through, this
Rõ
round
leh.
falls apart.
Em
But
bên
they
Nhật.
had their
เป็นไป
best
ทั้งแตก
No, a
แบบ
really
นี้
nice
ไรลั่นทุกที
obviously putting
โอ้
him
โห
in
อู้แต่ช็อตนี้เวอร์ไปว่ะ
some of these crazy
เวอร์
shots,
ไปเวอร์ไป
but also using him to almost
นี่อันนี้ก็เวอร์เหมือนกัน
ดีจะหันไม่มองปืนแล้วมาร์กด้วยนะ
in a position where
ปืนอะไร
he can just catch players off guard. Now, those
มันก็ต้อง
trap
เป็น
plays
ปืนมันนอกอยู่แล้วมันพี่
difficult to create,
เมื่อ
but
มาร์ก
with
เฉ
อะไร
ย
อยู่ลง
so
เล็ง
much
ศพมาร์ก
value.
ปืน
And the finances they've already gained, like you're going to have a Ye on an operator
เป็นการรีเซ็ต
already
เป้า
within this match,
โอ้รีเซ็ต
and
เป้า
that in
แต่
itself
ละ
is
มินิ
dangerous.
โคตรเหนือ
Well, the reality is right now, Tom, Team Liquid, who are in a commanding position, 9-1 up, now
อะไร
forced
อะ
to call a timeout. That round lead reduced down to 3. And at this point, they're even coming into this on an eco.
Oh, Guild X are in the building. Okay, we got Ness,
We do.
one of the best Turkish players you're ever going to see play the role. So
Oh, you know Ness? Have you done some videos on that? Have
เอา
you-
ว่ะมีสปอน
No, I haven't done a video on Ness. No,
Oh,
no, I haven't.
well, why are you slacking? Can't be that good, in your opinion.
ไม่เป็นได้เกิด
Wow.
I'm just saying, Tom.
Wow.
Your actions speak louder than your words.
ผมก็
I'm
คือ
really
หรอ
lazy to make videos.
ถ้าเกิดก็มันเลยนะอย่างเงี้ย
I get it. Yeah, like I said, Team Liquid are forced to very light by this time around. This can easily be a 9-7. And from the position Optic were in, where they were looking like they hadn't got a hope in hell, all of a sudden, off those early rounds, they're right back into the rhythm. The question, you know, as the rounds go on, defensive side, this comp can be difficult to deal with, but for now, they're setting their sights one step at a time. They don't want to look too far ahead. This round has a massive amount of advantages for them.
Yeah, I think the main thing here for Liquid is just going to be try and get some ult orbs. Soulcast not far away from the null command, run it back will be guaranteed as well for the next round, so maybe farming up for the Viper's Pit would be a decent idea. They are also one of the best teams with these pistols.
NA มากกว่า EU
Optics still have to be a little bit careful. You can see already some early utility.
สองทีมนี้ทีมไหนเข้ารอบก็ได้นะ
Just to try and make
ผม
sure that
แฮปปี้
none
ทั้
of
ง
that
คู่
space is going to be guarded elsewhere.
ผมแฮปปี้ทั้งคู่
They're leaving mid very much open just because
โด
they
นอีกแล้ว
controlled it from such passive positions. Now they have the operator.
You also had Navera put down that poison
มี
orb
เพย์ครับที่แล้วลอยมา
right down in mid, stopping anybody from taking that swing out, canceling out an angle. I like that Optic's adaptation was to concede the control.
ไม่ได้อะไรเลยครับ
Give them middle, they still have to take a
โดน
bunch of range.
โด
โด
น
น
ไป
โซ
ไม่
ว่า
ได้
เดี๋ยว
อะไร
นี้
เลย
ทำให้แบบว่าสั่นกลัวเฉยพี่
Standing watching it.
Yeah.
ได้แค่ขู่
เกมเป็ดแล้วเกมพลิกอะไรอะ
That's the thing as well. Crash uses other than when he's jumped. He's
เอ้า
very,
เดี๋ยวยิง
very
ไปไหนอะ
good. Actually, that dart has missed. That's a pretty big problem.
โอ้ย
Still taking quite a bit of space.
Oi!
He is going to be able to connect. Bear in mind, he can't
อะไรอะ
escape at the moment,
Oi!
but he doesn't need to.
เอาหายเฉย
เอาแล้วแคชชี่โดน
Actually, not too
Oi!
bad. And Victor's got to be careful. He's now stuck between two
Ow!
players. Maybe a little bit of an oversight for him trying to be the hero. Might end up as the villain.
เอา
One step at a
Ow, ow,
time,
ow,
I
ow,
said. Instead, it's one stumble for
เขาสกรีน
Optic.
ไปแล้วไง
They're back into
Oh.
a 2v2. Demasic on the back of the site, but he's
เจอกันใน
just
CT
distracting. He's jumping around. He's trying to make some noise, so scream.
เฮ้ย
Okay, that wasn't
เจอ
what I thought he was trying to do, but go for
เอา
All right, go off, Demasic. 2 kills with the sheriff. The run it back not needed. And that guaranteed 7th round, as it seemed to be,
What the fuck
is again snatched out of their hands. I mean, Optic,
แล้วแมปนี้
talk
เวลา
about
ติ
being
ด
mentally
ติด
boomed.
มา
I don't know how they can keep
And
themselves even
this fight,
Hey, Liquid.
Victor was
in it at this
silly.
point. God, look at
Like everybody else on the team is just so far away. I think he was trying to catch them off guard and almost get back in while his teammates were fighting. But by the point of them going down, I don't know. Just too much of a risk at a time that ended up handing over the
provocated him. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. That man has become a part of the game. As Team Liquid use up the Viper's ult, the pit down on A site. We've seen this. Sorry, Optic, excuse me.
Marvel.
We saw it from Team Liquid in the previous half, and Optic's response was to go into the B site quite quickly. Team Liquid seem to have a similar idea. Whether it's the Viper's Pit or not, you have a trap outside of the A site, and the entirety of TL is waiting to blitz onto B. This is a big challenge coming Victor's way, and a round that Optic so desperately need.
He's only got a single stun remaining as well, so delaying them is not going to be particularly easy. Quick rotation will be available
Liquid
from Crashies.
Optic.
Yay now actually pushing all the way back towards the tube, but I think they've
That's
got a bit of a misread on this scenario, and they're going to need him to almost pop off. Already though, I think he actually managed to stun up Scream while using the run it back, so he's actually not going to get much ground whatsoever. Slow to a halt.
Good response by Crashies. Can he make it out? The spam.
อะไรอะ
They can't see, but they light him to 76 anyways, and his steps are heard. Navera waiting just around the box.
เดี๋ยวแล้วหันหลังทำไมอะ
Wrong moment, and that will cost him his life. A foothold
check.
for Optic,
Flank.
and they're looking
Oi.
for more, but that costs Ye his life. His teammates nowhere nearby to get the trade. The roaming op deleted, and what can Optic do?
เดี๋ยว
from
ส
here?
เปรย์
Lose
ส
one
เปรย์
man after another. Finesse,
Spear.
the final hope for Optic to take this buy round,
Man,
to
ไม่
avoid
ตื่น
their economy, going into the dirt, and Team Liquid knocking on victory's door. 11 to
มาไม่
6.
ตื่น
Two
โดด
more.
ยิงไงพี่แต่โดดยิงไง
They're looking untouchable on the Team Liquid side.
Yeah, Optic have had a shaky breeze throughout this tournament map that regionally
เกม
was
มั่ว
pretty strong for them even in the previous tournament.
เป็นทอมมันทำได้ขนาดนี้เหรอดูดิ
But yeah,
What?
honestly, like there's been a lot of moments in this
เมื่อ
game
เกิ
where
น
I just look at what has happened to Victor.
ดู
and
ดิ
I feel
ฝั่ง
bad.
นี้ค่อยๆยิง
That is
อีก
just
ฝั่งสเปรย์
unfortunate. They did so well to slow down that ult, and just with this last second, he gets domed.
เกมนี้ไม่เหมาะกับสเปรย์นะผมบอกเลย
14 memory started. It's like 1 and 6 in every duel. He was just on his own trying to create space, getting shut down.
ผมยัง
getting
แก้ไม่
down.
หายเลยเนี่ย
Push up
It's a
close
pain.
screen. Ready for this. He'll grab the kill. A flash is ready. The space being contested by Optic, but no reward for their troubles.
financially, it's a weird one. Tour de force for Ye makes it look possible. I think that's one of the reasons they've actually invested into this round. And actually, they're going to throw out the Rolling Thunder as well. But the Hunter's Fury on the other side is going to make sure there can be nobody really pushing upon this. It has, however, bought a lot of time for rotation.
ยังไง
Scared Rolling Thunder, though. A man sat on site.
เฮ้ยตาย
Laser in hand. That shock dart did damage. It almost took Solkas down. But he'll survive and go back into the plant. Easy to take him down with a spam, and he'll get him. At least one kill for the trouble. Still Optic. Man disadvantage. Viper's pit to fight into. But the spike has not yet been planted. They need to get to work on that. 45 on the clock. And the stabs from
คือ
Scream.
จะยิงกันโดยไม่เห็นตัวกันแล้วใช่ไหม
Another kill. Optic on the back foot. And the odds ever increasing in Team Liquid's
Oi!
favor. A big push though. A chance for Finesse. But Scream comes out ahead. 4 kills. His ult almost online. And one last chance for Optic.
แล้วเก็บออฟหนึ่งที
6 rounds in a row
มี
where
อันติ
Team Liquid will be
โคตรโกง
shutting them out of freeze.
Yeah, it's a map that they look confident on. We looked at the Phoenix comp, and I'll be honest, we weren't particularly impressed with the last time we saw it. Now, Scream is definitely having an incredible game, but I don't think he's necessarily been the focal point. I think Solkas, again, is having one of the best performances we've seen from him and maybe from anyone throughout this tournament so far. And a few people missing. Marv, someone we mentioned at the beginning of the day, still not really here. Oh, dear.
Being clear from the crowd is on Team Liquid's side.
Wait, look.
And now they get loud. The push up close. Marv is good.
Oh!
Nest through the wall. A fantastic
Yeah.
trade for Optic.
ขยี้เป้าอ่ะพี่ขยี้เป้า
Stumble and look at the spot. Yay tucked in.
เอาจริง
Ready
จ้า
for one. TPing out. Keeping the advantage into NA's
จากแฟน
core.
ทอมไม่ไหวว่ะ
That peak from Finesse though has come at a heavy cost.
คือครีมมาเล่นอยู่แล้วไง
Dogs might actually be able to do a lot of damage. He's forced him into the open. Yeah, he's surviving on his last legs, and once again, Solkas left in a solid position.
โอ้รู้ตั้งแต่หมดเลย
This Hunter's Fury completely. In fact,
Look
he's
at that one.
sneaking up on Ye, who might not have any
Oh,
idea
sorry.
of where he's going to be. The first kill is free, and now Solkas knows where he is. But Crunchy, this time, will be able to close the clutch.
ถ้าดูข้างหลัง
Just
อาจจะได้
about
ยินเสียงคน
clinging
ดู
to life at 12-7, but there's still plenty more to face off against.
It might seem odd looking at the scoreboard. I think some of their setups are fantastic to get Finesse into positions where he can catch players off guard. I think Ye's been doing well in some of these duels, but honestly, Crashy seems almost like the focal point for me. He's been in so many of these clutch scenarios and delivered or come so close. And I think represents a large number of the rounds on the board for Optic.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they were closer in this game, it probably would have been from him winning like a 1v2 or something. Yes. Look at the pace, though. Straight through. It's down actually. Yeah, we're going to get the run it back through mid. Never mind, he's actually changed his mind. He wants to go hunting for Ye instead, forcing him back. The overdrive gets nothing. It could be a cool mistress at times.
เรียบร้อย
Lumpy already
เรียบ
dropping
ร้อยป่ะ
another
พี่เรียบร้อยป่ะ
cross, looking like the beginning of the end.
เรียบร้อยฮะ
Just 2 players remaining, Ye and Marv, both on the same side, and already Marv is gone. It's left down to
Oi.
Diablo, who has managed to
ไอ้
find
เหี้ย
2.
เจมันยังโหดเหมื
But
อน
a
เดิมอ่ะ
5
พี่
HP clutch.
แต่โหดไม่พอเลย
He won for the ages. A 1v5 ace needed.
Oh!
Get himself a third already. Tag
Oh!
He actually has a chance
Oi.
in this. Just one
Oh!
needed. He can't quite do
ไอ้
it.
เหี้ย
Incredibly nice try from the man
เอา
himself.
ไฮไลท์หน่อย
But this time, nothing Optic did was enough.
That was an incredible performance from Team Liquid, start to finish. They've earned the respect of the crowd now for sure. We know the next map up is one that Optic can feel confident on. They can feel good, but the reality is, come out of a map like that, now the reverse sweep is needed, and hell, I don't even know that Team Liquid are that much of a back foot on bind.
In that case, I would disagree. Like, I just think that their bind is so ridiculously strong. This was the win condition for Liquid. They had to come in. They had to come in strong on Breeze as well, and that's exactly what they've done.
gaming.
And the reason for that is because bind is heavily in favor of Optic. Now, sure, maybe there's a world where they get into the form we just saw in that map and they steal it away. But I think that against this Optic team, that's still going to be very, very difficult. Ascent, on the other hand, though, I think if we get there, will be incredibly exciting.
I think so. Chances are we end up there, as we've heard, find a strong map for Optic.
Yeah.
After a 13-7 loss, I'm sure the mental reset should be easy to reach. The thing is, the win, I don't care about their mental, if I'm being honest. This form shown by Liquid, with your stats. These guys are looking good. And Attitude is going to require everything that Optic have got in the tank. If they're going to take it across the line, bring us to Ascent, and then win it there. I heard from Scream in the interview beforehand, the pressure's off, but that's not true for Optic.
I don't believe him on that.
I'll listen to Scream.
Scream always wants to win. Scream always wants to win, but no, one hell of a start. An amazing first map, and we're going to be throwing this one off to a break and then back with the Des to see if they believe it.
มาเปิดอันนี้ก่อนนี่เป็นไงเป็น VCT ที่เพลงพี่อาร์ตสุรุตขอบคุณโซล่าด้วยครับขอบคุณสำหรับซัพพอร์ตด้วยนะครับขอบคุณครับผม thank you bro เฮ้ยแต่ก่อนสครีมไม่ได้หุ่นดีขนาดนี้นะแต่ว่าสครีมก็แบบว่าเล่นกล้ามเยอะแบบช่วงหนึ่งอะไรเงี้ยติดเล่นกล้ามเลยช่วงนั้นฟอร์มดรอปด้วยเป็นช่วงที่แบบว่าฟอร์มดรอปเพราะกล้ามใหญ่เกินกล้ามใหญ่ฟอร์มดรอปผมรู้สึกว่ามันมีผลนะการเล่นกล้ามแล้วไปเล่นเกมเนี่ยแล้วผมก็รู้ก็อยู่คู่เดียวพอครับอยู่คู่เดียวพออยากดูแค่คู่เนี้ยผมเลือกคู่ดูก็แบบว่าคู่มันอ่ะ
Here, Team Liquid get the win on Breeze, and they look beautiful as Scream's hair doing it. And boy, oh boy, Optic Gaming, they have to figure out something, Seth, because this is that was not the way that they thought that would go.
Yeah, well, maybe it kind of was. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the Breeze has not been going their way so far at this event too much. So I think this is not the most unexpected result. We ourselves said that this was a must-win map for TL for the most part, because if they drop this going into bind, just given Optic's proficiency there, it would be very concerning. So TL, they get over the first hurdle in pretty damn convincing fashion.
Yeah, no, I agree. And as we take a look at the MVP breakdown, Bren, you know, and see all the stats for everyone, you feel like everyone at Team Liquid had contributed quite a bit in this game. And I gotta say, you know, hats off to Ye at the end there, because 10 HP in a dream. I believed he was going to do it, but really, I mean, Soulcast, when's the last time you get to see him up here shining like a star when Yappy and Scream are playing the way that they were?
Yeah, Liquid, I think, were playing a really good overall game. The rest, the whole team was trading each other out really well. On the defense side, they were playing amazing defensive protocols, but this was the big round as well. You can see just as we're watching this, there were lots of moments where it started to slip away from them. In particular, this one. This was the bonus round that ended up being one for them. But then it also came about where, you know, the same kind of strengths that we've been seeing from Team Liquid. They're one of the better teams at winning the Thrifties over the course of Champ so far. That was the thing that did get them over the head.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, Seth, when you think about, like how Team Liquid were able to put those rounds together and the way that the line kind of went, this really was a battle of that first half. If you see the timeline there, the first half, Liquid's domination was
ใช่
just
ใช่
a big
มันดันตรงอกแล้ว
lead
บางคนตัวอย่างนั้น
that
เกมมัน
Optic
ติด
had
หนั
to
ก
fight
จริง
out of.
เฮ้ยมันมีผล
You see
นะ
this
สำหรับผม
trend
อะ
right now here in
ก็คือ
Germany.
ถ้าไม่ได้มีกล้ามอยู่แล้วไปเล่นเกมอะไรเงี้ย
Defender side and heavy.
มันต้องทำให้ชินอะ
I still have some concern for TLC
ถ้าเราอยู่ดี
deeper
แบบ
into
ว่า
this tournament.
เรา
They're
อยาก
going to
เล่นกล้าม
continue to run this comp. I'm wondering if
เรา
they're just going to
ไม่
keep
ค่อย
doing
ได้
this,
เล่น
getting
แล้ว
away
เรา
with
ไป
it
ออก
as
กำลั
long
ง
as
กาย
they
แล้วเรา
possibly
มาเล่น
can. And
เก
then
ม
when
อะ
they go
โอ้
into a
เมา
really
แม่งโค
tough,
ตรเบาอะ
maybe like a semifinal or something.
Mau
If they
Minh
make
Bao
it there,
chặt.
they suddenly change it up and try to catch their opponents off guard because
Yeah.
against some stronger teams on Breeze, they are going to have struggles running this.
But I think they are going to be running into some obstacles as well as we head deeper into this series on Bind in
Oh, for
particular.
sure.
So we've been kind of talking about, Optic are a really good team at Bind in particular, but Liquid have also been chopping and changing their compositions, and you start to see Scream played out Raze, which he's been playing a lot more of recently. And the numbers he puts up, this guy, he has been a demon on this role. I mean, in terms of just, first blood percentages, not. It's usually because he plays the role of the sacrificial lamb. He's like going in, he's crazy.
แล้วก็มีพลังขึ้นมา
And I really kind of just want to piggyback this point of talking about their bind in general because it's a map that historically have been absolutely dogged at. They've not been good at bind in the past. They're really atrocious at it. So it's all kind of like setting it up for the Optic comeback. They should move behind and take to the map 3. But Emil with the initiative, I've noticed a lot of good work has been put in by Liquid in that map. They have a lot of cool set plays on their attack side to try and punish a lot of the progression outside showers and things like that. I'd love to pull examples for you. But I tell you, they have been putting work into that map, so there is a possibility of Liquid carrying it forward onto this
ไหนพี่เอ้ย
ฮะ
แล้ว
ยังไม่มาแล้วเหรอ
ผมอยากรู้ว่าบัสบอกว่าจะไปดูที่ดูเลยคืออะไรพี่
อ๋อ ก็คือไปนั่งวอชปาร์ตี้ในห้องกระจกข้างหลังที่หน้างานอ่ะ
ใช่เหรอ
อืม
วันไหนอะรอบจริงเหรอพี่
น่าจะ3 วันสุดท้ายนะ
3 วันสุดท้าย
ไม่รู้ไปวันไหนน่าจะช่วงแบบนัดใกล้ๆอ่ะ
เฮียคนลุกอะแชมเปี้ยนเลยนะ
ไปเปล่า
ไม่ไปพี่
โหประมาณเกือบแสน
ตั๋วประมาณเกับแสน
ไปยุโรปตอนนี้
ไปกลับเหรอพี่
ไปกลับ
โอ้ my god
บิน
บิน
13 ไม่ต้องทำวีซ่าด้วยไปไหม
13ทำไมอะ
ไอตุรกีไม่ต้องใช้วีซ่าไปไหมก้าเดี๋ยวเจอเอกมัย
โอเคพี่เจอเอกมัย
ตั้งรถทัวร์ไป ประหยัด
แปลกๆทำไมพี่เอ๋ยชวนผมไปเอกมัย
อ๋อนี่ไงสถานีขนส่ง
อ๋อ ใช่เหรอ
ห
พี่
รือว่าจะวกไปทองหล่อ
เอ๊ะ พี่ไปไม่ได้แล้วดิ
เฮ้ยไปได้ไงไปได้
อุ้ย
ไปสังสรรค์
อ๋อ โอเค
ดื่มพูดคุยไปได้
โอเค หลังจากนั้นพี่จะจำอะไรไม่ได้แล้วดิพี่
ไม่จำได้
โอเค
มีสติอยู่แล้วเวลาพี่เที่ยว
พี่นัดวันมาเลย
ได้หรอ
เดี๋ยวใส่นัวไปด้วย
เฮ้ยหลังแชมเปี้ยนไหมแบบ
ได้
โปรเลยว่างๆ
ได้เลยพี่ เธอต้องแสดงออกผมจะถ่ายรูปมาอวดคนในช่องแชทผมว่าผมได้ถ่ายคู่กับพี่เอ๋ยใช่ไหมทุกคนอิจฉาผมดิทุกคนอิจฉาผมละ
กินอะไรดีตอนนี้ หิวมาก
ทุกคนต้องอิจฉาก็จะพาไปดูตุรกีเนี่ยอัพดิด้านบ่ายนี่เคยเล่นป่ะพี่ มีฟิสิกส์ไหมเหมือนเล่นได้นะ
สครีมก็น่าจะตัวเดิมเก่งด้วยฟินิกส์ดันบาย
นั่นเดี๋ยวโหดจัด
เช็คก่อน
นี่พี่น้อง
วิสครีมเล่นเลส
เลสเหรอพี่
เลส
แต่เลสดูกว่า ดูกว่าจริงดู impact กันเยอะกว่า
Optic Gaming.
Oh, for sure. And that boom one that you mentioned, it was coming off the back of a loss on Breach. Granted, that one went to overtime. It was a hell of a lot closer. Temple Toll went absolutely nuclear in that series, dropping over 30 kills. But they made it close on there, but then they were able to come back into bind, get onto a comfortable map pick, and absolutely start dismantling Boom Esports with that 13-5 victory. We know that Optic are not a team that's going to get shaken up after dropping a single map. But I don't know what is that? I don't know what that means.
He's got the document out, man.
He's got the doc.
I love
Am I missing something?
He's got the strats. Wait,
trying to hide it.
Keep it on him. Okay, I was about to say, like, keep it on him. I want to know, but yeah, man. I mean, look,
that derailed everything I was saying.
But I think that honestly plays into the point that I was making about Emil is putting in a ton of prep work for this team on a lot of maps that historically Liquid have been absolutely awful at. And I think it does showcase. We're going to see if they change anything up here with a Prime Gaming agent select.
There it is. Thank you so much for catching that.
No problem.
What am I up here for? I provide nothing else. All right. Let's see what we get here, composition-wise, for both of these teams. It's obviously you're not really expecting all that much in deviation. Actually, we got no deviation whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean we have a couple, minor differences here. I'm sorry.
จับพี่เล่นตี
you then.
ไม่เหมือน
I was like, oh, we
ยัง
can
เหมือน
see
กันเลยอะ
deviation, no deviation.
ถ้าจะพี่เล่นจับมือเหมือนกับพี่เลยอะ
Playing the same comps that they have before.
ทำไมมัน
Optic is
อยากได้ยิน
well
เสียง
built
อันนี้ครับ
this.
อยากได้ยิน
Liquid's
เสียง
gonna be
คน
putting in that time
คนแบบ
with
พี่
their own
อะ
comp as well. I think flex their muscles a little bit on the maps that they are really good at. This is where moments where they've just looked like an absolute championship team. And I think that they're coming off the back as well, grabbing a couple of rounds on Breeze, which is looking hopeless for them. It's going to be doing, pretty good things, I think, for the mental as well. I know they're a championship caliber team, and they're going to be able to bounce back from stuff like that, even if they ended up getting flattered on Breeze, which they didn't. Made it a little bit closer, but I think they're going to be feeling pretty good heading into this next map with their chances and odds of bringing it to that third map of Ascent.
Yeah, man, but in the back of my mind, though, I can't help but think that Liquid are coming out to this one with this arena behind them.
Oh, yeah.
With the hype. Yumpy, I think, is playing I think he might just be the best opera in this tournament right now. I mean,
and he will still run it. Don't play safe.
Yeah. The role has changed a few times. It was like we were gassing up Laz and Yay, and but dude, Yumpy is. Boy, looks like he's just playing duck hunt.
He was utterly incredible in that first match. While I think, yes, TBL, they slowed down a little bit. They struggled a bit when they swapped over to the attacking side. I don't think that was overheating due to the audience whatsoever. That was just a product of the composition. They are riding this wave of momentum. They are riding the hype.
There are some definite holes, though, in the Team Liquid composition. They're not running a chamber. They don't have a trademark to watch those flanks and extremities. There are holes that can be exploited there by Optic if they've done the necessary prep work ahead of time, which, listen, they have. Chet's there. He's leading back. The guy's looking cool, calm, and collected.
All right, well, this is it, folks. Game 2. Let's see what Bind brings us. And let's send it over to our casters, NA Super fans. They told me, Mitch and Tom.
อยากดูแมป3 มาดิ
Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to just ditch after that one because you know what? I can back out of any statement if I want to. I'm always willing to throw my hands up and say that I'm wrong. So if I could come around, that'd be great. But GB, I've never seen a man after one map abandon an entire region. We had a beautiful WWE style hype up for NA, and now I don't know, guys. I can't help but feel like Team Liquid might take it across the line.
And it's funny because I've actually
seen
in the other direction. I think they're going into Bind. This will be the statement map for Liquid. If Liquid win this map, I think they're a contender in the entire tournament. That's when they've proved it to me that they are truly unstoppable. And that even in maps where they shouldn't win, even where they're massive underdogs, they can pull it through.
Let me ask you a question, Tom. Who's the best Bind team in the world right now?
In my opinion, Optic.
Exactly. This map looks like it could be where Optic take it across the line. They've got the map on their side, the crowd against them, and the scoreline for now sitting 1-0 for Team Liquid. They need to win Bind or Ascent. They've got a buffer. And as we come into this, Optic on the attack to start. On Ye in this map, I think he's going to be looking to take some vengeance on Team Liquid and on Yumpy in particular, who won't have the headhunt. Of course, they've swapped around and played the Sage. We saw this in the previous time they played it here in this tournament, and they looked fantastic. That was against EDG.
This is a map as well where I think Marv is going to be a lot more comfortable. I don't think the breach really hit in the same way.
เวลาขึ้นมาเนี่ย26 25 24
เดี๋ยว
control taken.
ใช่ปะ
gonna have to use
4
the guys
3
pretty early, the
2
Tiger to
อ่ะ
try
อันนี้
and
จ้องไหนนะไทย
clear
จ้อง
some of
ไอ้
his
จ้องหลัง
ฝรั่
control.
เฮ้ย
For now, at least,
ฮะ
Liquid is still
ทำไมพี่
sticking around, but they
11
have
แล้วอ่ะ
taken attack.
10
เดี๋ยวจบแล้วเหรอพี่
They have
ไม่หมายถึงแบบ1ไง
Still,
1
as the smokes come
เดี๋ยว
down,
พี่เอ้ย
Valorant,
พี่ลองรี
push is coming through, Scream, the first man to fall.
เนี่ยผมเข้ามาแล้ว
Information on the site.
เอ้า
I
เข้า
don't
ไซ
think
ด์ไป
it's
แล้ว
Solkas, but they'll deal with it
นี่ไง
anyways.
2
And a great headshot
40
from Victor. That
39
damage will make it so
ถูกแล้วพี่
easy. And indeed, the wall banks
อ๋อเมื่อ
take
กี้พี่สลับ
Demasic
ไปไทย
down.
แล้วมัน
Team
ค้าง
Liquid locked out of the site. And a fantastic start to this map for Optic.
Navarre and Yumpy
อ้าวเหรอ น้องเจสันยังไม่กลับเหรอ
back in here is not gonna be easy
มีแค่น้องจริงให้กลับก่อนเหรอ
No utility to play with. Just
รอกลับ
relying
พร้อม
on
ใครอ่ะ
individual skill. They don't even have any upgraded pistols. The only thing they have online is a heal. Which I don't know if that's something they're going to get to use. And you can just see the afterfire position. So incredibly strong from Optic. Pistol round on the board for them again.
Jeez.
They will be kicking things off strong on buying.
A very well-rounded performance. I believe that was a team ace. You see the number 1 beside everyone on Optic. A fantastic way to kick this one off. And of course, you see the stats below. They are 5-0.
ไม่เคยแพ้เหรอ
ออนบายครับผมใช่แล้ว
ไม่เคยแพ้
ตั้งแต่รอบควอลิฟายถึงแชมเปี้ยนไม่เคยแพ้บาย
That's the thing as well. You're talking about teams like Exet, DRX,
non Twitchเหรอ
ARX, FPX. 2 of those were the last finalists. The other 2 are also in this
ไม่ยังคือ
playoff
พวกกลับ
stage.
เนาะ
And the last one in this
ที่ใจยังเนาะ
now, that's just an absurd record
ตัว
to
จริงๆเลย
have.
ไม่เค
I
ย
would
แพ้
love
เนี่
to
ย
see them face off
อ๋อ
against
แม่น้องไปดูด้วยเหรอครับ
to maybe have the final showdown, but
It's a missed lineup.
อย่างมีครั้งแรกเสม
Right
อ
off the bat, Finesse goes up on top, onto the lamp. We're able to keep the control up close, but ultimately no real impact. They weren't peaking in a position that would have netted any sort of result.
ย่า
2 players spotted.
โอ้โหเอมิเนสโดนแน่นอน
โดน
Looks like Finesse wants to take this
อ๋อ
up against Pistols. So push in. That's a brave
จด
play.
ใส่ไว้ในกระดาษไว้นะ
ว่าห้ามเข้า
อยู่ฮอคน
and instead just readdress back into
หาย
position.
1-1 อ่ะ ผมบอกเลยอันนี้หายอีก 1
Coming out from
โอ้
Marv had to be very quick on the trigger. He could have lost 2 teammates in a split second. Instead, the rotation coming through and actually D6
อันนี้เมาควัน
They placed
One
a
win, but
little
they
trap
didn't
for
fight
him.
him.
There he goes to run through the smoke, and instead he's met with the flames. I do say where there's smoke, there's fire, but not always.
D6 hasn't heard that one before.
Yeah, no, he might. He'll be coining that phrase from here
He
on
does
out.
love
มาแล้วไง
running smokes. That's something that we've
โอ้
seen
แมตช์ที่แล้
quite
ว
a bit
มาแบบ
in previous. I'm
ยื
very
นให้
happy
เขา
we don't have
แง้มมา
Vader
ยิง
today because
ช็อ
he
ตเล
gave
ย
me nightmares watching that map prior. But in this one at least, relatively clean. Navarre has
เค
managed
วินไม่ได้ไปแข่ง
to SMG, but Marv,
มาจริง
I'm going to be honest, he
น่า
already
จะ
looks
อัน
much
นี้แหละ
stronger on this map than the last.
I'll even say on the sand, actually, just on the point of running through smokes.
เออ
Shrouded steps that
เฮ้ยหาวแล้วเนี่ย
well, he never died to them, which is the funny thing, but it's like a point
Let's
where they were
use the
pushing
word-
aside. Bad,
Okay,
I thought.
okay. Slightly different word
Yeah,
in
yeah.
B and ends in D.
But here we go. Team Liquid full buy up. They get the rifles into play. Light shields, though, a few disadvantages here,
shield.
and a few pieces of missing utility. I mean, you already see a boom bot, snake bites. Like, this definitely isn't a comfortable buy all round. They wanted to have more impact even in the previous round. And Optic, well, they've set themselves up fantastically coming into this bonus. The opportunity right away to see space, grab an orb, and well, that's a
ขอเสียง
fantastic
เฮดังๆหน่อย
Hey, you're on this round. You'll take every little advantage you can get.
Marv not far away from that orbital strike as well, so it's definitely the right place to be putting them. They've still held on to control elsewhere. Again, these deep smokes being thrown down by Demasic. Playing quite an aggressive position for your Brimmy. He has the support.
โอ้ยอย่างนี้ดันได้นะเนี่ย
He's going to be able to wall off in towards Hookah if they need it. And the other
Good job.
stack of players elsewhere on the map. You can even see still looking for information outside of A. And actually the wall, yeah. Placed down now just to try and delay if they were to push in that direction.
ได้หมดเลยนะ
Scroll wheel finger had to be getting sore after that, but he's finally finished jump peeking. Now they take the space after the smoke is fade. And another comes down to stop them on their way through to the site.
Oh, God,
This does
no.
drag rotations from
Oh.
Team Liquid. You can see that Scream has made his way from the A site, but he doesn't last long. Starts to move back, just lobbing the nade, giving away that he's actually towards this part of the map. And, well, maybe thought
Oi,
they'd run
hidden.
back from it. Instead, they've gone speeding forward, spotted a
Oh,
player.
oh.
Down, and Yumpy doesn't last much
Team
longer.
Amon.
Scream needs to go nuclear on the site, and only 2. It's not enough. Upgraded weapons, a plant, and what was...
เอาแล้ว
I think Navarre just thought he had some sort
เครื่
of
องร้อนช้า
time
จริง
during the footsteps and wanted to get ahead of it. Instead, now the majority of players healed back up, and Solkas, the star of the last map, he's in between a crossfire that he should never be getting out of. In fact, Oz is just going to ego peek him completely. Takes his head off, 3-0 to Optic, bonus round 1, and anybody who doubted this team coming into map number 2, silent.
2-1 ว่ะเนี่ย
Immediately calling a timeout. That was a statement round from Optic. Fantastic start. As we said, they went in the bathroom, they took space, they grabbed an orb, they run it back, slowly chip away at the map control on B long. And when that blitz comes through, those duels are phenomenally successful. Third round. Now Team Liquid have to go back to the drawing board. I mean, again, they'll be coming in with an eco right off the bat. Optic are closer to having more of their ultimates online. They've got rifles, they've got credits to fall back on. Definitely not the foot in the door they wanted.
And that's the thing. I think we noted a lot of rounds in the previous map where Liquid were able to get away with a lot of aggression on that defensive side, catch players off guard, and basically just dismantle any plan that Optic had. You can see in this map, they're looking a lot more comfortable, able to slow the pace down, very happy to be patient for that utility to run out. And any of these cheeky plays that are being attempted, these individual plays out from Liquid are just failing miserably.
ยังหรอกผมว่าแยมปี้มันยังไม่ได้เฉิดฉายเฉยในยูโฮอ่ะ
รู้สึกพอแบบออปติกนำฮอเงียบ
The
ๆอะ
fact is though, Optic are just
นั่น
a
เลยพี่
different beast on this map. And again, Marv just individually
Europe,
has started off
yeah.
much stronger.
Look
Again,
at him,
I'm a
Liquid,
little bit
they
worried
win.
already for Liquid, and I think they are too. They know how difficult this map is going to be. Early pause makes sense.
แต่ยังไม่ฆ่าเลยอ่ะดิ
Right at the start of the day. Win condition for Liquid.
สาวไปแล้วขายไปแล้วเอ้ยแบบฆ่าได้แค่5 คิวเองอะ
Feels a little bit too convincing for Optic. The wind in their sails from the previous map. We thought maybe there'd be hope for Liquid, but they certainly haven't started this one out with a strong stride.
The thing is though, this map pool is still very good for Liquid, especially with them taking home Breeze. Like Ascent is probably their best map. Maybe Icebox is arguable, but to end there, they'll be very happy with it. It's more so just the same that we said about Optic in the last map. If Liquid just get boomed here, they do have some players that work very poorly if the mental goes bad.
You heard it in the interview that Team Liquid said there's no team that has that kind of team atmosphere that they do. But that can still be hard to pick yourself back up when things do start to fall apart. Somewhere Team Liquid, I think, have had minimal testing in the past. This opening
โคตรเซอร์ไพรส์
strong. Yuppie, of course, just with a pistol, as are most of his teammates. This is a risky push from Finesse. He's been going for these fights a lot. Successfully this
เฮี
time.
ยเอ้ยมันเอาจังหวะพี่
แล้วคิงทำเกมเฉย
Sublime
โอ้โห
already going to clear out this A side. Not much
เอ้าฮูก้าลืมยูฮอกับยูฮูก้าเลยวะ
Scream, but he is being watched for.
สับ
Finesse
สน
is
ชิบ
well
หาย
aware of every position they could possibly be coming from, and
เฮ้ย
Spike going to go down without any trouble whatsoever. Optic are looking clean.
Yeah,
Some game
there's
chat,
nothing
some
really
game
for
chat.
Team Liquid to fight with getting back into this. They've got a blast pack, but 3 HP on screen. A Demasic. Chance to do some damage maybe on that Spectre. I don't know where we'll end on this one. I mean,
Optic
it's-
ฆ่าได้ไม่มีใครเฮเลย
want to lose their
เงียบ
lives
วะเงียบกิ๊บเลย
almost without a doubt.
Hang
Scream,
low.
though, is on the other side of the map. He is rotating all the way around. I mean, they'll assume that he's towards the spawn, maybe intending to die to the spike instead. He's going to try to wrap all the way up on them. And this could be huge, but they have got
ต้อง
players
แพน
watching.
ไป
There's just too
มีแต่แบบ
many
คน
Optic
แซ
players
ว
alive right now.
NA เต็มเลย
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what the plan is here. Like what he's hoping to achieve from this position. He's going to have to just run all the way around and try and die to the spike, and I don't think he's going to do it in time.
Ow.
So yeah, he's kind of just
Ow.
trounced his own economy and found absolutely nothing for it.
Ow.
Kind of a weird one, and because of that, he's going to have to
Why?
play the Guardian.
พี่ตะครีม
วาย
That's one of the
Why,
smartest
bro?
things I've seen. I mean, I'm always willing
Why,
to give
bro?
it the
พี่ตะครีมครับ
you know, there's some sort of plan there that I'm not seeing, but the writing wasn't on the walls this time. I'm really not
The
sure.
thing is, unless he was trying to get like 2 kills and like die and then get enough for his ult, that is just odd.
แบบ3 จริงหวะอย่างเงี้ย
All the way
ภาพ
around
Yeah,
the spawn
it
ภาพ
and
เนี้ยคือ
everything,
แบบ
which
3
is,
แล้ว
again, you know, not a bad idea to catch them off guard, but the time was the issue there. A very strange start. And now, wow, right off the bat, Yuppie has lost his life. Optic
โอ้
giving absolutely no room to Team Liquid, no space granted. Finesse again up
Hey!
here on mid. He's been spotted, and this time he'll pay with his life.
Oh!
But look at the trade from Marv. They haven't cleared the box.
โอ้โห
And now they do.
บาสแฟก
Blast pack play from Victor.
Victor.
And the sight seems to be theirs. Scream trying to sneak his way around.
บาสแฟกโซ
Might
กู
not
ด
expecting to be here this quickly.
Oh, he's got to hope for a decent
Oh!
here and nobody missing on the side of Optic.
what
Rounds are looking devastating. Nothing Liquid is
แฟ
attempting.
นทอมนะพี่
Working
กระโดด
out
มัน
after
โบ๊ะ
plant
เลย
already
ไง
guaranteed, and now Demasic
ชี
gotta try and pull off a 1v3.
Yeah, look what he's up against too. Victor's got his ult online, but a nade to play with as well. There's just so much time drain in play for Optic. Short of them just swinging out and giving duels, which you can see they are not looking to do. Demasic doesn't have a chance.
You could just see the confidence. Victor decimating. Again, we're talking about players who in the last map were struggling to get anything done. Now it almost seems like any one of them can just individually win a round. Liquid's attempt at aggression just bullied by Ye, and then just this pincer play. Like, you send out this initial push from Finesse, but his teammates are so ready to just try and swing onto things. And just look at the difference. 30 minutes ago, these players were hyping each other up, screaming along with the crowd. Now, rather than the Turkish casters, you could hear a pin drop.
Absolutely. Now on the Optic side, the wind is definitely in their sails now. They've got everything going their way.
เงียบ
เชียร์ไม่ได้เป็นอย่างนั้น
5-0
Yep, yep.
start. Ulti's coming online. Victor on a tear. Oh,
Wait,
we've got a crazy attempt here. A push coming through the teleporters. A pinch from the bathroom as well. Using their weaker weapons, their numbers, but Marv was waiting. Orbital strike in hand. He's got a kill. They cleaned up some, but
Hey!
Sokas, that could be the
Hey!
chance they needed. Team
เสียง
Liquid
มา
5-0 down. They come in with
เสียง
pistols.
มา
I wasn't even going to consider this round, but they've caught Optic off guard.
Wonder did Navira
ได้ยินนะดิ
Hey,
ได้ยิน
here's
แล้ว
it.
วางเฮ้ย
I think he spotted him all the way down the bottom.
เอ๊ะ ไม่ได้ยินเหรอ
This fight could be everything. And I think Navira realizing this is not one that he's willing to take. Versus El Diablo, you got to be very careful to not let this round slip away. A swing from Scream at least gonna dance him up, and eventually they will close out the thrifty round. Something at least for Liquid, but it is not necessarily recreatable. A very aggressive attempt with the pistols, almost getting caught off by the orbital strike, but they do manage to convert the round.
กองเชียร์มาแล้ว
Look, that's a niche round, though. That's the problem. You know, for Optic, they got caught off guard by that. You'll struggle to repeat it. Whether it's that play or another,
โอ้โห
it's rare to see this team on the back foot.
ของจริงจัด
They've got plenty of credits to dig deep, get their buy, and now look to play.
I feel like Emil has two jobs. He's the coach of Team Liquid, pretty important job.
Yeah,
And then
you could
the
say.
crowd hype man is what his secondary employment. And honestly, if he keeps up like this, he might actually have to switch.
เชี่ย
and
มัน
have
ได้ทั้ง
that
ห้องน้ำเลยเหรอเนี่ย
Could be his new main gig. Who knows?
ปิดไปหนึ่งทาง
We'll see what we can do.
ก็คือกว่าจะไปถึงทางเข้าเลื่อนเหลือหนึ่ง
Play across the stage from his brother first.
My goodness, these openings from
เชี่ย
him,
เย่
it's happened in most rounds. Whether or not Liquid push, he's just so solid at finding these initial frags. All gonna go down. No reservation available for Yumpy, so it's not even like he rotate back in. And Finesse is looking to almost battle and brawl at this stage. He's been forced back.
Yeah, it was going to take a couple low-risk battles there. Just a few bullets. And then
เอาแล้วไง
away. Look at the pressure.
โดนติดเมื่อกี้
It's on its way into that Viper's pin. It's
Ah!
looking for the victim, and it didn't find it. It looked like he was dead to rights, but
โอ้ย
damage done, and Scream shuts Victor down. Now we're in a bit of trouble. The sprays, the snake bites, doing damage, but not taking
โด
Crashies
น
out.
แม่วินนี้
The decay now starts to fade away, and his health recovers. Optic, they've walked into a pretty tough position, but they've come out.
คือคุยแม่งเล่นง่วงจังวะ
On their side, and the Viper's pit is now
เหมือน
counting.
แบบว่าแผนชนแผน
In
นะตอน
fact,
นั้น
it's just gonna be dropped. It would have almost played as a favorable piece of utility.
ไม่ค่อยเอาแรก
for the side if
ไม่ค่อยเอาแรกเลย
This rotation is being watched as well. The timing is going to be the only issue. Ye has looked away, and now you start to see the pounce of Yumpy. Scream has found another
Oh.
as well. Finesse has been able to trade it, but now it's
Victor.
all up to him.
Oh.
And the variable
ทางนี้คน
close.
จะแพ้
Back-to-back rounds for Liquid. Starting to finally see them turn up into this map. But Mitch, they have not even made
Whoa.
a dent in the economy of Optic.
Yeah, that's the
Low
hard
heat
thing.
head
You know,
move.
two very good rounds for Liquid, but such a long road to go, and it might not be as stacked against them as Optic had on the previous
โอ้
round, but it's still another round where you have these incredible
Oh,
advantages
oh,
garnered
oh,
and
jing.
come back into those fights, despite
Do
the
they
fact that
compete?
Again, the
Mà-
more
เดี๋ยวเปียกไม่ได้เล่น
powerful pieces of utility were
ไม่ได้เล่น
countered out
พี่พักเลย
completely.
อ้าวเหรอ
Navera's Viper's Pit, they just
ช่องหลักเลย
bypassed
พี่
it. They went a completely different direction, and despite the orb buff, the snake bite down, the sprays, they barely did any damage to Crash. He's at half health, which the position he was in, he
อ้าววิ
should
น
be
บุก
dead
มันบุกได้เยอะมากเลย
immediately.
นะ
The timeout now called. This is Optic who need a moment of discussion before we dive back into the game.
I think they know as well as we do that if they let Liquid build up to the same sort of level of confidence they had on the previous map with just players like Scream,
ผม Liquid ครับ
Soulcast in particular,
2-1
just hitting every single shot that was put in front of them.
Liquid
This
2-1
game
ครับ
could go back out of
ไอ้
this control.
พี่เอ้ย
Thus far, it's been fairly calm and collected.
พี่
A
ใคร
pistol
ชนะ
victory
ก็ได้
coming
แต่
through for
พี่ต้อง
Liquid.
เชียร์
It's
ตาม
not even
สำนั
a
ก
rarity
ที่เจอ
for
ไว้
the NBA team to do this all the
เชียร์ตาม
time.
สำนัก
It's more so that they managed to convert the next round. And now coming up with the ult
มัน
economy,
เฮนะมันเฮ
already having that tour de force available.
คนเยอะ
Finesse
จัด
can even try and come up with a strat that revolves around that Viper's Pit. There's a lot of opportunities to play with. They've just got to make sure they're being careful.
นักแข่งอยู่ตรงกลางแล้วจอ
not to lead to the res,
คน
but
ดูตรงไหนอะพี่
only that orbital strike.
จอใหญ่อะ
The impact was found by
จอให้คน
Optic's
ดูอะ
orbital
ดูตรงไหน
strike.
อะ
Recall Marv getting that kill with it, and of course he'd already shot one of the players inside the teleport just before. That man has been having a fantastic game. I think he was 6-0 at
แล้ว
one
จอให้คน
point.
ดูอยู่ตรง
Taken
ไหน
off
ทุกคน
the rounds they've lost, but now rifles back in their hands, as we were saying. A comfortable round for Optic, 5-2. They've been spotted outside a bathroom. Utility will be traded out to just claim that control back.
ยังไง
Altogether, decent trade for Team Liquid. They'll be happy to remove that.
The thing is, though, it does get Seekers online. So that's going to be the ult to just try and clear out some of these corners, reduce the risk of walking into a stack, and
เฮ้ย
ทำไม
เซต
ต้อง
เหร
หั
อน
หน้าเข้ากำแพงด้วย
นั่น
getting
ดิ
ready to be popped again. One of these
Set
extra
อะไรอะ
out in the shower doors have been so
Ow.
tough
โอ้ย
to play against, but the nade actually drops Victor. A decent start.
Stuck in the
Victor.
fight, couldn't get back. The rest of the team
วิกเตอร์งง
now emerging from
จอ
back.
ข้างบนเหรอครับ มี4จอปะ
They've got
อัน
some
นี้
good
ดูช่อง
control.
หลัก
They
เลย
might
อะ
even
ช่อง
be able
แบบ
to
ช่อง
plant
ไทยหรือ
safely
ช่อง
from
ฝรั่ง
here.
นักแข่งมันจะดูได้ไหม
And it's Ye.
อ๋อดูไม่ได้หรอก
เฮ้ย
Right in. That's
โว้ขาวนะเนี่ย
bait to push them out of position. The crowd control now coming back.
Oh,
Ye is
โดนไล่อะ
forced
ดิ
into his teammates Molotov. It giveth and it taketh away, but in the end,
มี
Optic
คนหาวมันใช้แผนชนกันเหรอ
with
ดู
a Viper's Pit post plant and marved undetected.
คือ
on
แบบ
the
ว่า
That's the thing. This fight
ตึง
with
เครียด
Marv
จัดอะ
is going to be the ending factor, and he's already managed to take down Demasic. A nasty surprise of him still lurking around this corner, and they need to clear him out before they can get anywhere near that Viper's Pit. He
แล้ว
just
ยังไง
did a fair amount of damage onto the Vera.
โอ้
and now the aggression crashes,
ร้อน
but
บอกเลย
Soulcast
ร้อน
is
จัด
more than ready for it, turning things into an advantageous position for Liquid.
วอ
Slid the clip back in. That was so unfortunate. The
Eh?
sprays for Soulcast delivering
Yo.
another
Just
with
defusing.
Marv down.
Hey.
Defusing.
Yo.
Finesse. He thought they'd fake it. They tried
Can't
to
go.
beat it through the doors, but no. Soulcast. He looked dead to rights at a point, and he comes out with almost every scalp under his belt. 3 rounds now for Liquid, and they have come alive.
The orbital strike was nice, but just the audacity to just stick this within. And I think it's just the fact that the spray comes through from Soulcast from the exact position that the spike was
โซ
being
แคมมันเอาจัด
So the assumption there,
แม่นจัด
and the
ก่อน
wrong
เนี่ย
one from Finesse, is that okay, he must have let go and shot back. Unfortunately, it was slightly to the left of him where that defuse
นิ่ง
comes
จัด
through.
เลยนิ่งไปเลย
5-0,
หลุด
3 in a row
Net
now
hlut.
for Liquid. Starting to really build back into this first half.
I hope the boys have a meal turned down on whatever communication app they're using, or their eardrums might have just been burst.
They might have that problem anyway.
โอ้
He's not that far away.
Yeah, he's still a little too close.
เฮ้ย
Scream with a
Oi.
double. The first is something, but Marv going
มา
down.
แล้วไง
Smokes removed, and
เคิร์
Optic
ดไม่ชนะ
on the back foot again.
มาแล้วไง
This is the start of the round, and well, it feels close to the end as well.
But that's the thing, a lot of success was coming for Optic in those early rounds. Think about the amount of times that Ye was getting them the opening draw every time somebody aggressed. Now, well, it's starting to feel a little bit more like the first map, with those opening fights always going in the other direction.
หัวแตก
Ye, though, has been
โอ้
just screams round. He has taken over
โอ้
the kills already, and you know what? I'd
เฮีย
run
ตะ
away
กี้
from
มัน
him
โหด
too.
จัด ทีมไทยตกรอบไปแล้วครับ
Away and hopefully find
บน
something.
หัวใช่ปะพี่
No
บนหัว
information
ผู้
on
เล่น
the
ใช่
back
ปะ
of it, at least the space for Finesse to push up, but this is accounted for on the defensive
Oh,
side. He
okay.
needs some great timing, and he's got it.
Whoa, but he's caught with a snake bite in hand. His life spared for now. The plant to try to bait them forward, but nobody will make a move. Screams on the flank. The rest of the team wants to hold the spawn. And Finesse trying to push through and catch them off. Has caught himself with the plant down. Crashies needs another phenomenal clutch. The odds definitely stacked up against him. Tension building. 4 of his teammates nowhere to be found, and enemies absolutely everywhere. A 4th for Team Liquid.
สกรีมตื่นจริง
They started this out so well, Tom.
ผมจัด
Controlled it from start to finish, and now
ขอดูรีเพย์
I wouldn't be surprised if they even take a timeout pretty soon to gather themselves.
Well, that's the thing, they already did. The second they
Oh.
lost 2 rounds.
Did they?
No,
the first,
the
right,
first
okay.
one, but it was only 5-2,
ผม
and they made the realization, okay, Liquid managed to win a round with pistols.
มันสเปรย์ว่ะ
My
พี่
mind, I was like, okay, they'll just reset and go straight back into things, but it seems like Liquid have just hit another gear. Scream now moving up to the top of the board with his multi-frag. The round before with Soulcast having a multi-frag. It just seems like every single player on Liquid
แคชชี่บอกไม่รู้
has
จะ
just
ทำไง
gone
แล้วครับ
up another gear from the first few rounds. Tour de force in for Ye. Now this is where you really don't want to be taking too many aggressive peaks if you're on that Liquid side, although a lot of them are set up towards bathrooms and then the wall on this side. The flash up.
ยัดเค้ยัดเค้
That's the smartest move I've ever seen. They had a second man to take contact.
Yeah.
Plays on the wall up, and the cover allows them to take him
ผม
down.
ว่าแล้ว
Spike on the floor.
ไม่เอาคนเดียวไว้เลยอะ
Isolated one player completely. Optic have been baited into a trap, and now
ไอ้เหี้ยแม่งโคตรกับดัก
well,
อ่ะ
they've smoked it out.
แล้วพาเพื่
They've
อนไป
taken
ช่วย
the
ล็อก
control back, or at least they slowly will. And elsewhere, Ye was trying to find
คือ
some
ขังอะ
space. Optic are on the back foot, but at least the spike is now
คือขัง
recovered.
หนึ่งอะ
They still have no openings to get in here. They're going to be running in blind.
ขัง
if
หนึ่งคน
anything.
อะ
And at this point, I think 45
it's
seconds
worse
left.
than
They
that.
commit to B, and here come the
โอ้
Seekers
โด
to
นติดส
confirm
กาย
that.
Yeah, just straight away look at the rotation from Scream. He's looking to try and join up with the teammates, and Optic know that means they have to go.
Molly still keeping them out. They can't get through long, but they can actually. It bounced off, but well, then the gun comes through on Demasic. Trades are good, but not good enough.
ตีไม่เข้า
As the reinforcements arrive to be Team Liquid equalize
โอ้โห
5-5. A map that Optic are hailed as one of, if not the best on Tom. And right now,
มันโค้ดมัน
they're
โหด
looking
จังอะ
clueless.
มาคุยอะไรเนี่ย
I'd almost be tempted to
พอดทีเดียว
pause. Like
It was
just
more
some of the
cool.
rounds.
เย็นเท่
อยากรู้มัน
Maybe
บอก
one
อะ
of
ไร
the most
บ้าง
cursed things I've ever seen. Like I don't believe
อยากไปช่วยแต่ไม่ทัน
Yumpy's plan was to wait until he got flashed and then roll it. Like unless he is a psycho, which there's arguments for and against. I'll put it that way. But just the fact that it was crashes with the spike as well, like that, it's just not the start you're looking for, and that shakes up the entire round. You lose
Boom.
your flashes
ปุ้งปุ้ง
to start. Ye over the last few has been a little bit.
โอ้ยโอ้ย
Look at the confidence the team is
โอ้ย
with, and you know what?
แล้วแบบ
You
มา
deserve
ลองของ
that.
กับเยเฉย
นั่นดี
งงทางจดนี้
Maybe. Demasic
Samurai
down,
down.
Smoker gone. A presence on the A
Jack.
side as Optic look to push forward, forcing Solkas out with the nade. He might be about to be peeked from sight, but look
เดี๋ยว
who
แล้ว
else
เข้า
is
ไซด์ไป
sneaking
แล้ว
around, pushing up on Lams. Nefera doesn't want to swing wide, just want to risk it on mid. They're
เอ้าเห็น
just now spotting Finesse. Good look on the way out. The orb up, and he'll make it into the
Ow.
TP.
Yeah.
There's no way that he hunts him down. The snake
Ow.
bite through, but he's caught by Victor in the meantime. Great baits from Optic. They're finally finding their stride here. The Team Liquid are left in a 2 versus 5.
เดี๋ยว
เย็น
ๆ
เท่
Again,
เจอกัน
sneaker by that gives them
เจอ
this
กัน
advantage. The chaos that spawns
ๆ
from
แล้ว
it.
สกีมีอันตี
They
ไง
had a flash. A flash went over
ตัว
on
วาง
B.
แตก
Yeah,
Optic then think, okay, they're B, let's go A. But the rotations have come through.
it's not a bad
มา
read.
หนึ่ง
Scream has managed to drop one.
เฮ้ย
Out from Soulcast finds another. They've also managed to deny the plant with the nade, and he also has his showstopper online. The spike has started running in the other direction.
One more.
They will make their way onto the other side of the map, and again, Victor just being able to hold
Scream
from
เก็บหมด
behind. It put Scream alone. Trying to fight this one back. The timing's not
เฮ้ย
right through the snake bite. He's just frying with
เฮ้ย
it. But he has
Ni
turned
mama,
into
ni
a
ทำเป็น
1v2,
เล่น
Mitch.
There's no way he uses a showstopper here. Not with 56 HP, but it needed
อย่าวัดกัน
to
ส
build,
กีม
then it could come
โอ้
That was close. The bullets whizzed by Finesse's heads, but he delivers them in return.
สุด
6
จัด
found for Optic. They finally found another round, but I didn't think that a 2-round lead would be the best they could walk away with. I didn't even know Team Liquid would reach 2 rounds in this half.
Well, that's probably the one round that Liquid really shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
So you look at some of those early battles, Demasic, a little bit silly. Then you had the attempt to put a snake bite through the TP, and they get caught by a player lurking behind. That was the kill there from Victor. So we are seeing a few of those elements from Liquid, but maybe they just get that little bit overconfident. And that was a couple of weak weapons. That was a Stinger. That was a Headhunter. So they have given Optic their sig. Yumpy, though, we haven't seen much of this operator.
Wow.
You know what, I think we should put the ball down a little earlier. There we go.
ดีครับ
Yeah,
โอ้โห
it's
ครับ
a good idea. But it has been broken wide open. Still, that opening duel, all they needed. Victor, the space taker for the team, the Neon on the previous map, and now your Raze
Slow off.
packing in to take the crosshairs off the angles. Well, now he's being dealt with
ใครนะพี่
immediately. Scream still has a showstopper in his
Oh,
back
seen it.
pocket. They're close to having a res on Yuppie. Just one more op shot needed, and I think Optic are going to be all too aware of that.
Patient stuff.
หมามันวิ่งมาไกลดีเนาะพี่นะ
Passive hold coming through from Liquid on the
Oh.
edge of the lamps as well.
ชิบหาย
I
แล้วไง
think Finesse is about to have the
เอ
worst
เจอ
day
กันที่
ever.
แจมปี้
Op was spotted B long, and now it's
หัวแตก
rotated to A as he tries to
หัว
come
แตก
out and put his ult down, but luckily
ขอบคุณครับ
that shot didn't land. That could have ended Optic's chances in this half of going out with a lead, but now they're in a 4v5, but with Pit down and Plant, this could still be their round.
And the thing is, with the afterblast potential of Marv, this is going to
มัน
become
ดูแน่นๆไงมันดูแน่น
devastating.
เตีย
นั่นเดี๋ยว
Liquid
พี่
need to move very fast. Look how far back
นั่นดิ
he's playing, just making sure
Ghê
that
một
he
gì đi
can't
kết
be
kịp.
caught.
Ờ,
He can
mình
use that
cũng
orbital
nên-
strike
โดน
whenever he
แบงมา
needs
รัว
to. We'll also have the Molotov to rotate him through. There's
เอา
so
เห็น
much time.
เอ้า
He's got
โอ้
the other side and crashes. He's going to drop the ult of Screen. This is looking less likely as the seconds go by.
โอ้โหเล่นฉลาดจัด
And single duel going the way of El Diablo once again. Demasic, Navira, desperation on the cards as there is nothing to be found. One extra kill, but as said, they are ready for these afterplant positions, forcing him back into the corner. The time is already gone, and although there was a fantastic resurgence from Liquid, the half will go to Optic.
The lead as they close this
ใคร
out
ชนะได้
was
ไปเจอ
looking
กับ
inevitable when we started this
ไป
map.
เจอกับ
นิวล่า
คู่อีกคู่หนึ่ง
That
ครับ
comeback from Team Liquid,
Exec
that
กับ Fnatic
streak
ครับ
of rounds, it's given them a chance. A
เราไปเจอกับ
lifeline
DRX
over on
แล้ว
their attack. Still, though, Optic seem to have found their identity again. There's been a couple of
เพื่อน
spatters in the
กิน
works,
ข้าวยัง
but
คะ
they didn't
กินข้าวยัง
disappoint in these last 2 rounds.
กินข้าวยัง
Yeah, for sure. I think it was an exciting half, and well, although it slipped a little bit, let's see what the desk thought of that one.
Thank you so much, fellas. And yes, very exciting half. 5 rounds, 1 straight for Optic. 5 rounds, 1 straight for Liquid. These guys are boxing each other in the ring. You love to see it. But Bren, just starting off with you, man. There is a lot of interactions that are happening here, especially between Scream and Victor, or Yumpy at the end there with Diop, like Ye getting a lot of value as well. Feels like everyone has been contributing big in this game.
I think you see these big heroic moments from Scream pretty often as well, but this is the thing that's carrying them over the finish line a lot of the time, especially in this half as well, because Liquid did not get off to a hot start at all. They lost the pistol round, they lost the bonus round as well, where they should have been favored, and it really did set off Optic on this incredible pace, and it looked like they were going to be able to just roll over Liquid entirely on the first half, but Liquid did manage to wrangle their way back into this one, and it came down to the gunplay. In these gun rounds, they had a huge advantage actually over the course of this entire series.
Yeah.
It's something along the lines of 75% of the time where Liquid have guns, they've got the full buy in their hands, they end up winning these rounds compared to Optic where they are losing a ton of them in the head-to-heads. So it's been a massive element for them moving forwards in this series as well, and so far what we've seen, and the reason why Liquid have actually managed to make this incredibly close.
I mean, Scream has just been incredible right now, swapping over to the Raze. He's been playing a hell of a lot of it as of late, as well as that Phoenix, but he's coming up big in these defensive holds for the side of Team Liquid. Victor, while it's an improved performance compared to what we were seeing on the Neon on Breeze, it wasn't nearly as explosive as we have come to know from him on this map.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But when you look at the score line, like Marv right now kind of come back online. He was a player that we were putting a spotlight on earlier on. We wanted to see his contributions to the team really come to fruition here, Brandon, and it did. But yeah, you're really hoping that in this next half that it's going to be, it's going to be this,
Look
this
at you,
Victor
Jill.
revival,
Sure.
if you will. But I don't know, man.
Back room.
Liquid look phenomenal, and they look
เพราะว่า
confident.
ยังปีไม่ลั่นเพราะไม่ใช่
If
แชม
Liquid
เบอร์
end
แล้ว
up
ปะ
winning this pistol round as well that's upcoming, that's
Có
going to be a
team
big
Vân hả?
difference maker for them.
Vân look.
Again, it's the same story. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the same story of them being
nhớ chăng?
unable to really claw
nhớ
out a lot
chăng?
of those pistol rounds to get them into the good
True,
lead. They've been
true.
great in a lot of the full rider gun rounds for them, but that has been the missing element. But this map looks entirely winnable for Liquid if they're able to take off that early head start by winning that pistol round out and carrying that forwards with the better weaponry.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that attack win percentage right there. That's absolutely through the roof. Granted, it's only from one series. It's versus EDG. It was very one-sided for Team Liquid to be able to take Bind, but
Yep.
on the attack, they can be fierce.
All right, let's send it back over to
วันนี้
Mitch
วิว
and
ตั
Tom
ง
to
เท่า
call
ไหร่
the
อะ
action.
ยังไม่ได้เข้าไปดู
12
Well, Tom, we're
Man,
about
may
to
talang
see
ba?
Optic
May
mount the
bukso.
defense on their map, a map that we
Huwag ka na may
know
tanglip.
to be
Wala
one of
pong
the
niya.
strongest. In fact, they are one of the strongest
Hindi ka niyang
teams.
bukso.
Just look at that down the
Nanda
bottom,
bukso.
67% defensive
วัน
win
เว้น
rate
วัน
on
ก็ไม่
line.
แน่ใจ
Across stage 2 and
Did I make
champions,
it?
Team Liquid not too hot on the attack either. This is the half you fear if you're an
But maybe-
EMEA fan, but the one that should put Optic
Hey.
right back onto the map in this series.
But that's the thing, versus Edward Gaming, they were 5-1 on the attack, but that was after an 8-4 defensive half. So they were in a much stronger position and against a weaker team than Optic.
เฮ้ย
So I think this is
King
going to be a
Solo.
tough one and definitely in need of a pistol, which
ของดีจัด
they've not been the best at throughout this tournament. They got one in this
ทำไมน้องยิง
series.
แรงจัง
I
อะ
think only about 3 in the tournament.
น้องยิงว่าแรงจัด
Yeah, so odds are not going to be doubling up this time around, but we'll see. The attack has Team Liquid look to the A site. Victor is waiting here, Marv
Victor.
right behind him, and even some
เยี่ยมผม
utility
ขี้โกง
from Finesse that can come in to help the snake bite. Still up and online. A strong presence
อยากไป
from
ดูที่ตุรกี
Optic in this middle part of the map.
ดู Valorant เหรอ
Team Liquid, they've sensed it. They've slowed it down with a minute left on the clock.
ผมว่ายังไงก็
The
2-1
key thing here being they don't have the information for anyone pushing behind, right? Normally
ถ้าไม่ได้
you're
ปืนพ
comfortable
กนะ
to not behind you, but
พูด
they
อีก
have
ก็
to
ถูก
almost
อีก
gamble on the
ถ้าไม่ได้
timing
ปืน
this
พก
time
นะ
around. And when they put that second bout of utility up, then utility comes back their way to slow them down.
Very patient stuff from
ใจ
Liquid.
เย็นมาก
They're going to try and make
แล้วแฟนออกไป
โอ้โห
โอ้โห
for Soulcast. The pop
Oh,
flash
oh,
giving
oh.
them so much space and the
โอ้
wall.
น้ำแข็งไม่
will
แตก
none of them
เอ้า
apart. They've also caught Ye on the rotation. An incredible
Oh, and
start from
classic.
them in this second half. Can they convert?
Demasik just had himself lurking for the teleport. Not a common position to be holding in a
เจอ
pistol, but one that is given
มา
them
เคลียร์
a
มาเคลีย
massive
ร์ไลน์อัพ
advantage
เรียกเพื่อน
here.
มาเคลียร์คู่เลย
5 versus 3.
มาเคลียร์ไลน์อัพ
Finesse down, Crashies, clutch player for Optic on the
ใคร
previous
2 ใคร 1
map. Himself and Marv have been
Liquid
playing
2-1
well, but not this well. That's a little too much to ask. 3 more kills, a
ไม่ทำอย่าง
base
นั้นหรอก
clutch
วิกเตอร์
for
แต่
Crashies.
Catchy
The
มันเก่ง
time
จัง
against him, the spike ticking away.
Oh,ดี
He's
เลย
going to run into a triple cross. Fiery isolates one at least.
เฮ้ย
But in the
เฮ้ย
round,
เฮ้ย
Crashies,
เฮ้ย
fourth kill, unbelievable, but the clock is
เฮ้ย
again. And Solkas will drop it.
เชี่ย
6 on the board for Team Liquid, and they have got their second pistol of the
แต่
series.
เจอโซแคสไง
Never easy, is it? It's never
ตัวแคส
easy.
ที่เขาลั่นจัดเลย
Crashies did something else there, man. I mean, caught reloading, jumping up. I thought it did 0. I think he got flashed, did he? No, yeah, well, he did. But well, the timing was maybe a little
ยิง
shaky,
มั
but
นหน้า
still,
อย่างนิ่ง
unbelievable work from this guy. You put him in a
Yeah.
1vx, he's just a different beast.
And it means that there's a very high chance that going into their buy round, he's going to
รายการนี้เหรอ
which on
เพ
the
ราะว่า
defensive
ผม
side,
ให้
the amount
DRX
of
เลย
free
นี่
information you
DRX
get,
เข้าชิง
the amount- or basically just how passive you can be.
วันนี้เยไม่ตื่นเหรอพี่
A lot of value.
ไม่ตื่นหรอ
We
เย
talk
บอก
about
อะไรนะใครเรียกผม
the
นะ
reason for that. That's going to be the right.
เย่ตื่นอยู่คนเดียวนะพี่
This is quite heavy.
เฮ้ย
Coming through.
มันวันเด้าไม่ใช่หรอ
นี่มันคลาสสิกเลยแวนดอล
นั่นนี่
Starting to get very, very shaky for Liquid. The fact that they've just lost 1 to El Diablo and 1 to Classics.
2
แปลก
classics on a swing out bathroom, long range duel. This is an abysmal start, and for the heavy investment Team Liquid put in there, so many rifles to work with. And I think they've even pinged. There is still a rifle on the body of Demasik. And actually, yes, he's going to go and get it. Navarra's rotating around. So he'll grab an upgrade. They'll still have their 3 rifles to play with, but they can't lose any. I mean, they've already lost too many. They can't lose anyone else from this point. And look what they're up against.
This is not like the buy we see from FPX where they haven't
Ye.
invested into other
Don't
weaponry.
Ye.
They
Ay,
have
oh!
invested in
เอ้า
very, very
จะแฟดให้เพื่อน
not the best dodge of a match I've ever seen. I think maybe expecting contact from his teammate and instead just getting shot in the face. Jumping low, a classic claiming another victim.
โอ้ย
Player close, and they're running out of time. 25 seconds left for them to try and make the move. They're almost relying on Navira to get something here, hoping there's someone giving him a free kill within his scope. They're in a crossfire. Solcast tagged within inches of his life as well, and they have no time left on the clock. There's going to be crashes to close it. A huge thrifty victory coming out for Optic, and an 8th round now onto the board. Honestly, that could be the beginning of the end.
You win the pistol, something that Team Liquid struggled to do all throughout this tournament. Find 2 out of 4. But that is worth nothing if you come into a round like this, and the timing, yes, it was horrendous.
นั่นดิ
Popped just perfectly.
ซื้อแต่คลาสสิกไหม
The wall as well. There were disadvantages there, but ultimately, this was just Team Liquid void of a game plan when things went wrong.
เอาแล้วไง
Ultimately, they never
แบบ
should have
3
went
จริง
that wrong. I'll accept Ace kill, but
Oh my god.
the 2 classics, that is the thorn in the side that I think ultimately drew blood.
เดี๋ยวพี่ลงไปเอาข้าวก่อน
ใช่ครับ
Well, their conversion this tournament has actually been fantastic when they did win the pistol. Unfortunately, they're now in one of the worst situations they could be in. They've handed rifles over to their opponents. They've only got pistols to play with. Ults are going to start to build up for Optic as well, and they're going onto their stronger defensive side. Not feeling particularly good now for Liquid on this map. But they have had heroes. That's been what has been a huge part of this map so far. Well, so proving just that. Already managing to drop one, although I will say, Mitch, the gun is not going to be in the greatest spot to retrieve.
Yeah, I mean, Dimasic was pretty close to grabbing it, but he decided to go through the TP instead.
บวกหลังก็บว
Move
ก
over
ขี่อ่ะ
towards his teammates and look for this
น่า
push
จะบวก
to
ขี่
side.
ว่ะ
Weaponry disadvantages stacked.
ถ้าได้ดูแบบ3ถือว่าคุ้ม
Seekers
นะ
gain the information. Optic
พ
should
วก
be
นี้ผม
looking
อยาก
for
ดู
a
นานๆ
rotation, but the reality is that TP could come in any moment now.
ปาด
They keep
ปาด
on
ออกไป
their
โซ
T2
แคท
setup.
โซแคทล็อกอยู่
Gotta be careful of Solcus. He's already claimed a victim with the Marshal in hand. He's going to be looking for more. That wall up, though, this was the problem last time. They've already avoided the nade, but so much more that can come their way.
And they're running out of time. 20 seconds left. And you can see there's already the crossfire in play. Flash out. They are going to be able to isolate Finesse, but they actually played relatively well. A plant looking fairly likely. Again, though, they still haven't retrieved any guns.
Yeah, so even with the plant down, now holding on is going to be so much more difficult. Victor's coming behind. He has a nade still to play with, and Solcus, last man alive, 6 health. He's about to be blitzed out as well by Victor. I imagine a blast pack peek, just a dry peek, but it should be enough. Okay. Gets there in the end.
Yeah.
And look, you couldn't really defend that spot with a Marshal from long anyways. The reality is they did some damage, but with the context of how this half has begun, Optic are well and truly ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing. Normally that would have been enough damage to make this purchase awkward, but because you handed them half of the guns that they have, it hasn't actually done any damage to the purchase whatsoever. Still though, in terms of ults, the only one online is going to be on the Liquid side. Seekers, of course, expended by Crashies in the last round.
By
Strike equally as close, really. Dimasic slightly closer on the board. But this is where Liquid really need to show up. After letting that second round slip away, I think they need to break back soon, or this half could easily slip away from them completely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we need to see something for them early. That was close.
Oh, he's screwed.
He's down to 10
He's screwed.
health. One bullet from Solcus.
เฮ้ยเมื่อกี้ไม่ยิงเหมือนตั้งแต่แรก
There you go. Luckily to be dropped. Finesse doesn't want anything to do with it. They'll accept it as an early disadvantage.
ผมไม่แบ่งซะโหดร้าย
This makes it so much more difficult, Tom, with Finesse all by his lonesome on B. The thing is, they still have that trap inside
รู้
of
กัน
Luka.
พี่มันรู้กัน
Until that gets destroyed,
Yeah.
they're going
Oi!
to keep a much heavier presence around here, though that orb stops any sort of
Bang.
offense early.
Seekers is going to give them a bit of information of these
Oi!
positions. Victor, though, I think he just spammed straight through. Screamer's been able to trade him back. Molotov at least going to slow down the plant and potentially give a chance to El Diablo, but he's not going to get anything. Ye goes down, but marked on the swing.
เดี๋ยว
It's now left on to Finesse.
เดี๋ยวคนนี้มาจังหวะโคตรดี
One's planting, going to try and isolate the other. He's spotted. Team is sick. The first is free. Can't get the transfer. Soulcats just about
หัน
finds
ไปอย่าง
it.
เร็ว
And Liquid have their 7th.
ไม่สเปรย์อยู่ดิ
Round for Team Liquid, it came close, but they found the victory, and look what they've got to work with coming into this. Finally pushing Optic down to low credits, a showstopper and an orbital strike. Yumpy 1 away from the res as well. Now Optic are close to a couple of theirs, but it's 2 away at a minimum. That's going to be a little harder to connect off the bat on the defensive side.
มันนีออน
Crowd behind Team Liquid's comeback, but still a long road ahead of them.
Again, slow build up into this round. Losing crashes early in the last was not something you really want on that Optic side, just off the basis of his agent. So much information can be garnered, and he's already spotted the majority of the Liquid team. Look at the aggression as well on the other side.
เท่บอลโหดจังวะ
Yeah, in an aggro
บอลใคร
position,
เนี่ย
and then if he
บอลนี่วาล่า
teleports
เนี่ยมัน
back,
โหดยังไงเนี่ย
you also have the switch to the bait, which is
มัน
Victor
น่าจะ
in
คา
that
ดการ
corner
ณ์
of
ไว้
the
ก่อน
stick.
เลยว่าแม่งดัน
It really
กัน
is
แน่นอน
just
ฟุต
something
บอ
that
ล
Optic are so fond of. Normally it would be finesse that's in those spots. Of course, on this map, it makes a lot more sense when the positions to have Victor be the man with the stinger
Blinded.
in the corner. Still, that stinger won't get an opportunity by the looks of things. It is going to be a full B play, but they're ready on the side of Optic. All these ultimates coming their way, though, surely going to cause some problems. A molly kill as Dima goes down, and a few of these players are low. The frag out for Navera buys them time, but they need to follow up, and Marv is denying it all. Yay in the smoke, and he's aware that they could be coming behind him. Both players on the other side, and they kill as it fades. Still, they have to fight back out. The spike is not theirs. The nade, they haven't seen it coming. It'll do damage, but not enough to grab a kill. 1 HP on Solkas. He'll scream back up. They need to deal with Victor. 12 seconds or so to get in there, grab the spike. They need the kill. They're gonna drop this man. He's still alive.
วิ่งหนีไป
6 seconds. Solkas needs to run, and he'll find nothing. A clutch for Victor keeps up.
Oh my god.
10-7. The lead is thriving.
เงียบทั้งหอ
A very shaky round from
ผม
either
แบบนี้
side.
จำพี่
So
ไม่
many
ตื่นเลย
players
ดิ
left blind
มัน
in
เส
the
ก
corners,
อ่ะ
and a lot of it came down to Marv just being able to pull 3 kills while all of these ults went on. Even getting one with a Molotov again. I think that's the second time it happened, but it was this kill that sort of turned the round firmly into Optic's favor. And even then, you still needed Victor to clutch things out within the last second. Double digits
away. But over on the side of Optic, it's the map they're known for, the side they're known for, and Team Liquid. You can see the issue, you can see the problem. So much was committed to that last round, and the reward just wasn't found.
Showstopper orbital strike. 2 of the most powerful ults they have on their side. I think the only thing that could really change this round is if they get into a Viper's Pit after plant.
Sure.
And maybe Scream. Scream having a hero rifle, it's always dangerous. The problem is on the other side, you've got ult starting to build up. So even though the economy is low for this round, the chances are tour de force in the next, juggle a rifle to someone else, and you have a pretty strong buy going into round number 19.
โอ้ยโยโยโยโยโอ้โหปิดตาย
The Viper's been used up on B long. Containing the control. Not a common spot to see that one going down. The 2-man B hold a trap inside of Hookah. It's a very powerful position to play from. They can stack up A, have these crossfires ready. I don't like that the shorty's out. He's ready for someone to come.
ไม่เห็นใช่ไหมน่ะ
I respect that.
ไม่น่าเห็นสโมกมันทึบ
But no one's making a move on Team Liquid. A minute left on the clock, and they are spread in a default, just looking for the control.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you look at the map control that's claimed even just by the trap. You don't really need to be taking too many risks here. Yay, it's a nasty
โอ้โห
spot.
ดาเมจมันถึงได้ไงวะน่ะ
เป็นไป
One
ได้
down the back of the shorty.
ปืนดีๆมีไม่ใช้
Tour de
ใช้
force
ปืน
next
โก
round
ง
as well.
โอ้โห
Well,
เย่
racking up the kills anyway. They're going to have to heal up onto Scream to at least give a little bit more in terms of that
โอ้โห
rifle.
ไม่มีภาพเลยว่ะ
30 seconds left. Eventually, they're going to have to just blitz in.
Yeah, Navera going down. You don't have that Viper's Pit to fall back on anymore. Doubt they're going to be popping a res unless they flawlessly win the That's a good start for Yumpy.
ฮะ
Think of so many more players here. Now the hero rifle steps in.
แล้วรู้อยู่
Is gone.
ฮะ
With another
โอ้
this round.
แล้วไป
It
ชุ
was
บ
looking clean for Optic, but Team Liquid have somehow stormed their
โอ้ย
way back in. That's not the
ดู
right
ปืน
weapon for that range, and he hasn't come
อ้า
back to
ดู
pistol.
ปืน
He said to go to a Marshall, and now down goes that Viper's Pit after the res. This is unbelievable for Liquid.
เดี๋ยว
They take
มัน
hit
เกิดเหตุการณ์
after hit.
เราไม่น่า
They
พูดเลย
look like they're out,
เฮ้ย
but
แต่เราพูด
this
ก็ได้
team,
เนี่ยลิควิดจะได้ชนะ
they can always fight back into it. I am perplexed by what
งง
we
เลย
just witnessed here. 8 rounds for Team Liquid. Optic,
เป็นไปได้ครับ
they were knocking on the door of victory, but now
โอ้โห
the game is really on. What does this do to their economy as well, man? Look, there's nothing there for them.
Ow!
That's the thing. This was meant to be the economy building round. Thankfully, Finesse will at
เดี๋ยว
least
จน
be
ไม่ใช่เหร
able
อ
to get one rifle through into the next and remove everything on the other side. But yeah, this was the eco, and I was saying that if you get the tour force, because they had some weak weapons in this round, they'll be able to juggle up better weapons. Instead, their economy has been obliterated. The question is now, do they invest the tour de force to try and sneak this round through? Or are Liquid just going to get to within one? Because that's what it's looking like right now. That is a huge blunder from Optic that have given a lifeline to Liquid.
มีแต่อะไร
Should
แปล
never
ก
have happened. They have something to work with here at least, with even more ultimates online than when we started the previous. The chances really relying on someone like Ye finding this opening duel. They've heard the tour de force though, and just look across the map. Everybody is tucked into corners waiting. You know that with this weapon being the pinnacle of the round, he will go looking for victims. He will go looking for kills. Whether he finds them or not is yet to be seen. He'll get one for free. The timing could not be better. And no response from Team Liquid there. That's a duel for Optic, and they are happy to concede the control now.
They even try and throw in some util. Slow him
หยุด
down.
หายใจไปแล้วเมื่อกี้
The fact is, instead, they're pushing into the rifle. Finesse needs to get something here. It's
What?
just domed. The B site somewhat open for business, but the fact is the rotation's coming from Ye.
เดี๋ยวแล้วพี่เย
And
ไปทุก
again,
ที่เลย
he's so good in these scenarios, they have to back away. The thing is, we've seen a showstopper expended, and look at this position up close from
รู้เหรอ
Crashies. That's exactly where you want the frenzy.
He's even thinking about going in the smoke.
Ah!
The timing is so good. Another kill for Optic. Anything you can do, we can do better. Optic are on 11. A thrifty round in response to a
แชมเบอ
thrifty
ร์มันโหดอย่างนี้แหละ
Well, we heard from Solkus whenever they scrim, it's back and forth, and
Yeah.
well, he's kept his word coming
อัน
into
ตี
this
แชมเบอร์
game.
แม่งโหดอย่างนี้แหละ
Balance has been restored in the world.
Wow.
But that's the thing, it must
Oh my
be
God.
nice. It
ตอน
must
นี้เย่
be
อารมณ์
nice
อารมณ์บัฟ
having Ye on your team, and I think
Yeah, no
Scream
one.
knows it. Like, that's a round
Oh.
that could have easily put them back into contention for the map. Instead, their economy has been obliterated. Bear in
Nice.
mind, even though they won a thrifty round, no one survived it. They were trying to kill Finesse and remove every single gun. Now, well, look at it. This is full investment from most of the players.
Yep. Putting it all on the line, and with the success they've had before, you can understand why, but a lot
ไป
rely
แล้ว
on
ไง
ultimates, quick play.
ร้อน
through
ร้อน
middle. Ye doesn't know whether he'll find a victim, and finally he does. The advantage is theirs. The spike is dropped. The rotations can start to come through, and that they will. Look at this flank. As quick as
ร้อน
you
จัด
like.
ตอนนี้
Carved able to pick one. Victor steaming forward with him, and the blast pack to push
ร้อน
the
จัด
players back. Lamps to be cleared out completely, and they are just trying to push these
เอ้า
guys
ยังไม่โดน
into ranged fights where they can succeed
โอ้โห
time after time again. Solkus, the last man versus 4, and I think we're looking at Optic on 12. They've lost a few clutches, but
No.
is a bit too much.
I refuse to even give that one the time of day. Like, if he pulls this off, then I think we just give him the map. Like, not even play the last few rounds.
Yeah,
You just
that's
go, you
fair.
know what, Soulcast, 1v4, that takes it. But, yeah, I think he's going to get the plant, but that will really be all she wrote. And honestly, a plant's not bad. Like, that's how bad the credit situation is right now for Liquid, that a plant actually might help them out a little bit.
เนี่ยหลัง
Because
บอ
their
ลมันไม่มีว่ะ
finances are screwed for the next round. Any kills he can get would be nice, but realistically, he's already got his ult. Nice shot on the first, but eventually the trade comes through for Marv. As
ช็อต
said,
แรกเวอร์จ
he
ริง
has had a real resurgence in this map.
โคตรเวอร์เลย
Comparatively to what we saw on the last, which is, it sets this series up wonderfully, but Optic, have to bear in mind, it's never done until it's done, especially when Liquid are on the other side.
4 more rounds, though. They only need to pick up one, and with performances like this coming out from players like Marv, it's hard to believe they don't find at least that single round. They don't just push it over the line just about. Now, whether they get it here or not, look, Liquid have got a bunch to work with. Again, the Seekers, the Orbital Strike, almost a showstopper. It's conceivable that they come out with a round, maybe two. But this is Optic's map and it's Optic's side. For them to end up on an overtime, I think they really would be mentally boomed then.
Oh, they're not mentally boomed at all. Look at them. They're pushing all the way down.
ไปแล้วไง
Aggressive finish to the game, it seems. As Big
ไปแล้วไง
is already going to drop down
แบบ
to
3เลยไปแล้วไง
a wonderful
Good yellow
start
good
and a surprise for Liquid. Not a particularly good one at that. Yeah, he's waiting patiently as well.
Oh,
he's even going
dude.
to get the information
It's
off the
okay.
back. Trap and quick
แถบ
enough
แม่งดี
to
จัด
close
พี่
down another 2v5.
โอ้
Almost served as a bait,
โค
but
ตรเป๊ะอะ
it's just that little bit too
Oh.
comfortable.
Oi!
The kill. Good shot for Navera,
Batman.
but look how much more is against him.
He has to treat and operate.
แถบแม่งเฟี้ยว
2v4, grab a kill with
เล่นเอาตัวเอง
Rob,
ไง
maybe. They have to deal with this flank as well, of Marv coming up behind, currently watching for it.
โอ้
and
แจมปี้
Nicholas
ไม่เอาอะไรแล้ว
found. Marv on a tear this game. He's looked great, and with 16
No,
HP,
แจมปี้
I
โก
think
แช
you
ม
can
เบอร์
call it here and now. The defuse is underway, and Navera has no chance of denying it. He's got a sprint at them, and
Oh.
it's already done. 13.
โอ้โห
มีคนเข้าไปดูดิ เห็นไหมเห็นมันหัวป่ะ เห็นจอป่ะ
เห็นพี่เห็นเหรอวะเราเห็นยังอะไรเนี่ยจะไปไหนนะไอ้ยะอันนี้เนี่ยนี่
อุ้ย
เยสตาร์ชูบีแบบ3ป่ะโบรเห็นอะไรนะ เห็นอะไรก่อนนะ เห็นพี่เห็นอะไรอะเห็นพี่เห็นอะไร เริ่มชินกับเมาส์แล้วนะ เอ็กคูเรตเชียดูเอ็กคูเรตยิงดิ ยิงแบบว่ายิงพังหมด 33 ตัว 24 ตาย 6 ก็น็อกซี่ว่ะขอบอมหน่อยเครียดอ่านอะไรเหรอ พัดยังสวย พี่เอ๋ชื่อพัดยังพี่เอ๋ชื่อพัดยัง
ยังเลย
อะไรนะ
พัดอะทำให้ใจเย็นขึ้นนะพี่ พัดในเกมอะ
อ๋อ สกินใหม่ยัง
ซื้อแต่พัดของผมอะรู้สึกเย็นขึ้นนะ
รอบนี้แล้ว
ดีครับยีมึงใช้
รีเวอร์ไม่เบื่อเลยคือแชมเปี้ยนแล้ว
เฮ้ยเกือบไปกดแรงละจะไปกดแรงเฉยงง
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
โอ้ไม่โดนมีพัดแล้วเย็นจริง ฟังเพลงของพี่อาร์ตครับthis guy so good ความไว 0.6 ครับดีเป400นะไม่ได้เสียงหูฟังอีกข้างก็แกงคนที่จันกูออกไปในใจไม่เคยมีผู้ใดจนความรักเธอเข้ามาเฮ้ยใครวะน่ะทำไมผมไม่เจอคนเลยมาแล้วเอ้าว้าวว้านี่โมเมนต์โอ้ยา เฮ้ยทำไมมันยิงจะโดนผมรัวๆเลยวะ
kills remaining. Ah be abi. Bam. 5 kills remaining. 4 down. Dominating.
เฮ้ยอ๋อมันดักผมอยู่
1 kill remaining. All right, one
โอ้
more.
my god
We won, they lost. This is the way of things.
ผมฟังเบเยอร์โซบิทครับ แอบชอบเธอ what the fuck เพื่อนคะ หนูเป็นไรคะเพื่อนหนูเป็นไรลูกอะไปใส่เหรียญไม่ออกจบไปไหนครับไม่ออกไม่ออกไม่ออก
only dropping one map aside from the boom, and it was to loud. So totally understandable to go ahead and drop that map, and then when after they did, they came right back into that series and they were able to close it out in a dominant fashion with 13-3 on Pearl. So yeah, I mean, Optic have just been breezing by, and realistically, it's just only been breeze that has caused troubles for them. They're 0-3 on that map so far in the event.
Breezing by, but not on breeze.
Yeah, wasn't even thinking about it.
You knew it was coming.
I got like 5 hours of sleep. My brain is still waking up.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you, Achilleos is really enjoying his demo. Okay, he's vibing out here.
No. It's your birthday tomorrow, you know. I just stay up and talk to my wife because it's a holiday in Korea.
He's vibing with his familial conversation.
Just sitting in my hotel room.
Oh man. Well, listen, guys. We are about to jump into this game. The players are locked in. This is going to be.
liquid
Could only have
I
ended
say
this way.
I say
Map
you
3.
say
Prime
Dizzy
Gaming Agent Select starting right now. Let's see Achilleos if we get that. If we get Yeham the Jet would
He's
be
the
wonderful.
first one on there.
He's the first one?
Nope.
No. Oh, it's a shame.
Disappointed!
Yeah,
Hold
it's just
up.
standard stuff, I think, just leaning towards it. So Optic's still going to be playing the
Oi.
triple initiator comp.
แชมปี้จับอันนี้แล้ว
They were playing as well. They actually haven't played Ascent this tournament. I had to double check that because I was like, oh, really? But no, they haven't played that many matches in the first place.
No.
So it's kind of understandable. And honestly, recently as well, out of the times they have played it, ended up being losses, which, you know, might not bode well for a team like Optic, but you could often learn the most from those losses, especially against top-tier
Hey.
competition of what you were doing wrong, what you were doing right. And the fact that they're continuing with this triple initiator comp, I think speaks to me that they actually have been probably working on it. They still have confidence in this composition. They haven't switched it up ahead of time for champions, and they should hopefully have some new looks for us. And then Liquid, on the other hand, dude, I don't even want to, I don't know what to say about this one still. I still am not a fan of
It's
the
awesome.
Phoenix. I'm not a fan of the Phoenix. It
Ree.
is really cool that Scream makes it work, but I
Yo,
think
yo,
it is
how
because
long
Scream's just so damn good.
Yeah, it really is. But I mean, this is two teams that are, once again, not making really any changes to the comps that we've seen from the last time out. It hasn't been that long, obviously, since we saw TL play this one,
No.
but a little while longer for the side of Optic. But just both squads having faith in these
All right,
lineups.
boys. Who's winning? Seth?
I think it's going to be Optic. Honestly, I think they got the momentum back.
Brandon, I'll go in with the NA bias. I think Optic will take this one. I think Liquid they put up a hell of a show so far, but yeah, I think it's going to be Optic.
All right, well, no pressure or anything for Optic, but the entire region is counting on Optic to pull this one out, and the same goes for Team Liquid. It could only end like this. Let's send it over to Mitch and Tom for the call.
We really expect nothing less than 3 maps when it comes to a series like this. We would have been robbed if we didn't make it to Ascent, but now that we're here, Tom, you agree with the desk? Optic takes it across the line?
I agree with the desk in most cases. I don't know with this one. And I actually want to say, when it comes to Bren says he doesn't like the Phoenix, and this one's for GB. It doesn't matter if you like the Phoenix! Because nobody cares. Going into this one, it's going to be super exciting to see. I know GB enjoyed that. Probably nobody else at home did as well. They're like 4 wrestling fans having the best day of their life. But yeah, I genuinely think going into this one, this is probably his strongest agent at the moment on this map. Like, I think everywhere else, like Pearl is a little bit shaky, on Breeze, and I really don't know, but I think so much space that even putting him onto the jet doesn't have that same level of value. On the other side, the thing I really want to highlight is Marv. I think Marv on that defensive side, when it comes down to his Astra usage, I think he's one of the best Astras in the world. It seems like the fans are very excited to be getting into this one.
The barrier's already up, and we've seen some utility as they contest the control of B main. Team Liquid have Solkas on the other side. Prowler's detected some enemies. They know now that space is being taken. Optic are raring to go on the B side. But as the smoke fades, they don't make a move. Instead, they're going to look elsewhere, try to spot out mid, make sure there's no aggression coming through. But here's the reset, and here's the push to come in right afterwards. The reveal still confirms there's players close. They might not know there's this many. Victor is going now. Oh, he's got him.
Whoa.
Goes for the push into the smoke, not expecting them to be that close, and sure, the fragment's going to do a little bit of damage on the way through, but just look at the amount of space that Victor's already taken. The site completely under the control of this attack. Side, the flash has come through. Yumpy has just domed out Victor, and they've been able to reclaim this much faster than you might have expected. But look at the push through. But he's got nothing for it.
Oh, what a push by Crashes, recovering the advantage. Keeping the numbers in play for Optic, and he's resetting. He might even do it again. There he comes! Kill might not be his. But the round is Optic's, and that's all that matters. And another pistol under the North American's belt.
It's scrappy. I think that could be the story of this match, honestly. Like a little bit of over-aggression from Soulcast, expecting them to be a little bit further back. By the way, that is ridiculous stat. That's actually ridiculous, especially when you consider how bad number 1 things were going, Liquid in the majority. The fact that he's still 1 in opening duels, I'm almost going to discredit anyone on the team that takes an opening duel instead of Ye at this point, because he barely loses.
This guy was doing a lot of that with the Headhunter as well. The value found on Bind on those long peaks, shutting down Demasic at times right off the rip. Just looked so good. And Ye with a good game. We need to see someone on Team Liquid match that performance. 1-0 as we start. Team Liquid down to pistols. It's not like they're doing anything massively special here. And over an Optic, a flash through the smoke, a Prowler, a drone, a lock. Piece of utility back in the other direction, and they slow it all down.
Good luck out from Mark. The real danger man from this round gone. The Headhunter won't be showing anything for the rest of the round. You can see because of that, there's had to be a little bit more aggression elsewhere. They've lost that mid control. Soulcast goes looking into B but spots nothing, and now they're going to start lurking back in this direction. He might lose his life here, and instead he gets the info.
Yeah, but as he falls back, these guys are hot on his tail. They've seen exactly where he went to. Shock darts on the way, 3 fires. Looking to even get a shot off in that scenario. Optic have seized the site, gained the plan to Team Liquid's retake. It doesn't see any utility. Don't have flashes on Navera or Scream or even Demasic. All 3 of these players capable of flashing you up, but not in this round. With 2 Sheriffs and a Frenzy, the best play here is probably to try and contain Optic. You can see that's what they're looking for. Right now, that's not going too well. Keeping the players there so they die to the spike ain't too possible when they just come sprinting at you. At least 1 kill, but that's all they'll get.
Yeah, a pretty clean round coming out from Optic, and he recovered
Wow.
Spectre as well. The extra weapon retrieved. Already online as well.
Ow, long way.
And the Cosmic Divide also not too far away, so that's why they were pushing so aggressively. Because especially going aggressively into some of these sites, so you don't have that classic anchor player. Sure, that means their utility can't be taken away, but it also means the aggression that you want from Scream and Navera with the flashes will be gone. Like, you can't have those quick
คือลิควิดมันจะไม่ได้ปืนพกเลยเหรอเนี่ย
those couple of players. So
งง
that
ว่ะ
could really close down the distance in this round in particular.
Rashies has gone in here for a Vandal. The one guy investing a little bit heavy, but it could change that win rate just enough. Your straight blitzing and flash around is perfect. And Scream need that flash. The sight not theirs yet with Yumpy, but he can't disappear.
โอ้
2 kills, and that's all
You're
he'll
on.
get with an immediate shutdown on Solkas. The trade is as good as you could wish for in a round where Optic came in mostly without Vandals, and now
นั่นเลยพี่
that's all
เป๊ะ
they
จัด
got.
Gonna get past. That might be a
Oi,
bit of a
some
surprise,
tap.
but no, never mind. It's been spotted, and with the Cosmic Divide, okay, it locks them in, but it also means that Liquid, they would need to try and have something to get through. The crossfire on the other side is going to make this a tough move to try and get back in. In fact, they might just even want to try and hold them.
Oh.
The fight's awkward. Navira will get one, but he's desperately low. Has to just look to fade away here and save the gun into the next round. And again, Optic are going to get off to a flyer of a start.
Really a fantastic round plan. I
เดินดีจัง
enjoy that Crashies buys the rifle, but that's not the key point of the round. It's Victor sprinting
เป็
it
น
into
พระคอมป่ะวะพี่
beat, popping the old flashing scream. That
Skill
level
control
of pace just wasn't expected. He barely had time to do
เคลียร์ได้
anything.
หมดไง
And if
ไม่
he
ต้องระแวง
was to do anything, it was to pop a curveball. One of his flashes around the corner, which he could not do. Completely countering out any sort of utility from Team Liquid, bringing it to close range fights where the numbers are in your favor. Optic couldn't have set themselves up any
แปลก
better, and
ๆ
they
นี่คือ
just
แปลก
got those dominoes and gave them a
ซ้อม
little
ซ้อ
tip.
ม
Now
ง่ายเหมือนกัน
3-0.
พี่จะซ้อมเหรอ
Liquid are forced to an
ก็
eco.
แค่รู้ว่าแบบ
Yeah, they're still
หน้า
going to
ที่
have
ใคร
the
ตอนส
rifle
ตาร์ทเป็น
save
คิวอะไรยังไงก็
at
ต้อง
least.
เนี่ยอันนี้คือท่าเดียวเลย
ถ้าปกติ
Control being
Ờ,
taken
tha-
from
tha
farming
mà
up
là
the
thả
old
như thế
back
này.
Chứ
towards
แบบ
that
เคลียร์ไว
farm.
สแกน แล้วก็พาวเลอร์
Quite a bit of information garnered on the other side, but it's patient. And a peek back in, yay again. Those opening duel numbers just seem to be increasing by the second. Now the response is going to be a tough one. I believe Scream, yeah, he's at least managed to retrieve the rifle. So that's something, that's some element of hope. But again, we saw this in the last map. It seems to take something to get Liquid back on track.
Look, even with him recovering the rifle, it's the patience of Optic. They started with a main control. They got paranoid, fell back, and held for the aggression on B main and on middle. Getting those advantages. Now all that's left is to close out the round.
กูนึกเบรดให้สกรีมไงกูจะเห็น
Both players, they know
กู
where
เห็น
the
สาม
rifle
เห็น
is.
สาม
ขนาดสแกนเหมือน
They're
กัน
gonna fall back completely, avoid that rifle, and take
ปวดหัวเลย
use of the space being garnered by Ye and by Marv, who pushed up on
และ
B
เยได้ยิน
main and
โอ้โห
mid. The rotations being heard. Ye knows he's got the spacing, and that's the
โอ้
rifle
โห
he's challenging, and
เป๊ะ
dropped
จัด
it right away.
เกินไปจริง
เป๊ะจัดแต่เวลา
20 seconds, and these
Hey.
players are now moving back.
Oh!
There's 3 kills for Ye, 15 on the clock. Demasic is still sat on the A site. There is a 1% chance. 10 seconds. If he can drop the planter, the timing is right. He's not being revealed. 6 seconds.
โอ้
He's dealt with.
ๆมันนี่
Prime
เกิน
getting flawless in
ได้
the end,
เสี่ยว
but I
เลย
can see your
แต่ว่า
worry. If they
Oh, my
plant
dude.
anywhere else, if Ye doesn't come through from the flank at that last second, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that he actually drops the spike, but in the end, fairly controlled for Optic. You're going to have the Tour de Force almost online on the other side, and this is where Liquid really need to make their stand, because this start
30
from Optic
seconds left.
has been sublime. They've been controlled all the way through, they've been pushing and pulling Liquid. The fact is, this composition from the Liquid side does revolve around the level of aggression, being able to challenge positions on the map. Now, I do think the operator coming into play for Yumpy will benefit them hugely with that, but at the same time, you look at the credits that are already there for Optic, they're going to have a lot of chances to adapt.
This isn't a case where you win a single round and get to even up the odds. Team Liquid are behind, and the recovery, the path to recovery, requires an insane amount of consistency to come out of this defensive side in a game that thus far they have seen countered out of from the get-go. Optic had Ye on 4 kills in the previous round, and that's important for a few reasons. Number one, the
confidence of this guy being able to go out, take that mid control, and now put that in the back of Liquid's
EU เหลือใครบ้างเนี่ยเฟนาติก ฟันพัด
Ye could be making that play.
Liquid.
But further to that, those 4 kills put him 1 away
3
from
ยุโรป
bringing
เลยอะ
up his tour de force and maybe being the challenges Yuppie on the off. Maybe not this round, but all he needs is the 1 orb.
Yeah, and both him and Marv being 7-0 is a pretty terrifying prospect already for Liquid. Again, though, this is where the dynamic could change. We mentioned that operator battle. The fact that Ye is #1 in the stats, and I believe Yumpy is #2. Well, only one of them has the operator for this round and is looking to try and take an early challenge on towards shore.
And there it is.
มาแล้ว
Yuppie winning it out.
มีแบบว่าของ
Vera
กินแล้ว
close, he's gone for a risky peek
นั่นคืออะไร
with the man advantage as well. That's a costly loss. They at least traded back. But this leaves Demasig for a while alone.
Ooh.
Luckily, Yuppie's cleaning up those mid-fights, and as Victor emerges, there's 2
Yeah,
players
ร้อน
ready
จริง
to fight. They've dropped Demasig. They've got themselves into a safe corner, and they'll slip underneath the door.
นับ
Even
หนึ่ง
throwing some utility
แล้วนับ
to
หนึ่ง
bait
จริง
them.
เหรอพี่
They might think maybe 1 guy can be here,
อ้าว
but 2, it's never going to be expected.
แล้ว
The
ไก่
numbers
ปู
now equalized and
แต่ว่าข้างใน
finesse.
แจม
โอ้
He almost got colladed. Victor on
ทำไมไม่โดน
50.
สองวะน่ะ
But he's got the 1v1. The man he's up against is Scream.
ฟินิกซ์ล่างหุ่นยนต์เจอกับฟินิกซ์มนุษย์
Scream will get it just in time. And now
Hey!
he's got his ultimate to play
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
He's
yeah.
called by the team.
คิดเยอะ
He's
เฉ
just
ย
got
เลย
his ult online ball. He sure isn't in B main.
It's now up to Victor to try and play a
Vegas.
little unorthodox.
How
Knowing
do you-
there's a high chance that Scream is going to be able to play with that ult
Oh,
to give
ถื
him
อ
a
ว่า
chance
เล่นได้ดี
to take him out for free. He's
ส
got
กิม
อ๋อ
เปิด
เข้าเหรอ
เข้ามารอฟัน
a smart position to hold from. A spot
Top left.
unlikely to be checked, and maybe even a free kill coming through on the
เดี๋ยว
other
เดี๋ยว
side.
เดี๋ยวเดี๋ยวเดี๋ยว
เป็น
This
ไง
could actually be very dangerous.
เหมือนอย่างที่
If
บอก
Scream
เลย
doesn't
ปะ
find him, he can
ไอ้
just
เหี้ย
go
เรียบ
back.
ร้อย
He can wait for him. This is brilliant from Victor. He's
โอ้โห
fighting to get that final kill, and I think Scream has made the realization.
โอ้
To give them their fifth
ดู
round.
อนาคตไปแล้ว
Embarrassment for Scream.
โอ้โห
For Victor.
One of the smartest plays we'll see from that 2vx. The
Scream.
duels chipping away, the door closed,
Scream
the
Phoenix.
utility up top, the sneak through, and even that
Yeah.
op shot, 99 in 1. It connected onto Victor. With the body in the
Yeah.
position of the shot, saving him so he could clutch it out at the end. That is one of the best plays that we're going to see for a while, and putting Optic on 5-0,
อะไรหนู
crippling Liquid's economy. The impact is massive.
Oh, Yumpy's angry.
Oi!
Yumpy's angry, but it's only going to be the one. For a trade out of a tour de force,
อะไร
not
เชียร์
really
อะไร
worth it.
เชียร์ทีมอะไรอืม
That was the main threat they had in this round.
ใครไม่ตัด
Although Mitch will tell you it's
ตัด
the
มาร์ฟ
Ares.
อีก
Yeah, you got to watch out for that Ares, man.
Mark
When the field
กำลัง
comes
แบบ
up,
ว่า
you're-
ลั่น
you're
ด้วย
going down, but
สโมกอีก
no, obviously,
ไม่
the Tour de
สโมก
Force
เข้า
was
ใส
the point man in this, and this is what we talk about with teams that save that Tour de Force for one of these rounds.
ตั้งแต่เรามาเชียร์ TL ก็ไม่เอาเลย
We do see it at times where teams save it multiple
อะไร
rounds,
ค
play
รั
it
บ
on
คุ
an
ณ
eco.
เจ
If you go down, teammates
Hey.
can't pick it up.
เดี๋ยว
But now they can look to pick up advantages elsewhere.
โอ้
and
ทามมิ่งโคตรดี
That's the
แต่
perfect timing. These players are sneaking their way in. He'll get
Oh,
one for free.
ได้หนึ่ง
Damage done. And here could be the reward, the follow through. The Ares not landing the shots. Still some damage done by
เดี๋ยว
Ye left on a sliver of health.
Wrong with the position, but it forces
โอ้
him
ยัง
out
มี
of
หลังได้หลังอีก
movement. Finesse is able to
อย่า
turn
โย
the
กไง
tide once
โย
more.
กดีกว่า แล้วพี่เอมาอีกแล้ว
By Ye. This could actually be the death of him. He's only on 8 HP, but no gun currently out.
Oh.
For Demasig
ไอ้เชี่ย
will
เหลือ
go
แปด
down once more to El Diablo.
เอาหมดอะ
They're rotating to the other side of the map again. Just playing with the players of Liquid, and Monavera might be able to get one.
โอ้ย เดี๋ยวเปิดทำไมอะ
At least they'll detect two here.
ต้องเปิดเลยเหรอ
Gotten the
เปิดทำไมอะ
first pop out of Ye. That's that. The round closed, and sure,
Yeah.
they commit an
เนี่ย
ultimate
สัง
at
เกต
the end
หลาย
of
ที
it,
แล้ว
but
ฝรั่ง
I'm
เขาไม่
not
ค่อย
too
ห่วง
worried about that. This
น่าจะ
is
ไม่ค่อย
a
ห่วงของจริง
6-0 scoreline, and Tom, unless I'm wrong, I think the crowd might be starting to get behind Optic a little bit, and it's hard not to.
ไม่
in
มี
this
รีเพย์เหรอ
scoreline.
The crowd is a fickle beast. If you watch
Got a
the,
crowd of GBs out there.
if you watch
ไม่รู้จะรีเพย์เหรอ
Copenhagen, a lot of Fnatic fans, and then FPX started to win, and the Fnatic fans started to disappear. Then, you know,
People took off their jackets.
Yeah.
Sat there in plain t-shirts. Yeah, dude, I came here for FPX.
Yeah, I think
Good seas.
Meg had a few of the crowd switching as well on her own.
Did they just try to seize hot hands and then just miss the hot hands? Is it a little shallow? Not on the same spot either way. I mean, Optic are, if they're not committing to this fully,
หลอกกันดิ
making a lot of noise, making a lot of presence.
จ่อแล้ว
Team
อ่ะ
Liquid to be a little bit itchy on the other side.
นี่
to
มา
the
ซิก
map,
รออยู่
go out for overextensions so they can find some kills. The trap caught Yumpy in A main, but the man that needs to be careful here is Demasik. He's got practically half the team waiting for him on the other side, and now he's been spotted
แล้ว
by
ได้
the
ยินเสียง
drone.
โยก
The one-way discourages them. A flash set up
โอ้ย
here. It's coming in from both of them.
ว้าว
Flashes and trade kills. Will bail out of that, concede the control, and from this point, Optic can try to pinch her into B. At least that's what Liquid are thinking. But they still need an A on short.
ยัง
this
ยังเอาตรงนี้อยู่
whole time. That's been spotted now, though.
โอ้
It's back and yay! It's just too good in those
Little bit
scenarios. The
Yeah.
individuality of this man
หยุดไม่อยู่
unmatched within the server, and while
เย่เกมมิ่ง
Yumpy, the last time he had an operator
แต่นี่ดันบุกไม่เป็นไรจริง
ever
ฮะ
so close to taking the round
โค
on
ตร
his
กัน
own,
เลยนะดัน
just
นะ
a sliver of HP on the other side.
เยี่ยกูตื่นแล้ว
Hunter's Fury going through, won't be
JA.
able to find him. He's still here.
Ow.
Shot not
โอ้โอ้
connected. Half HP.
โอ้
And it is easily
Oh.
countered by Ye.
ผมเป็นโห
In
ด
fact,
เกินอ่ะ
Finesse also
เยี่
เยี่
ย
ย
on his flanks.
เยี่ย
Liquid
โม
are being obliterated right now.
แบบไม่มี
Scream,
ภาพ
the only man that stands in their way from the half already being won.
Absolute masterclass from Optic on this attack side. 7-0
Oh.
now confirmed as Scream falls. And they had the
Oh.
trade player there to take him down. Crashies was able to swing even if Marv lost that duel as unlikely as it seemed. This is a game
timing
that
โคตร
just
ดีเลย
seems so difficult for Team Liquid to find any advantage in. And when they are put into these desperate scenarios, mistakes are being forced
ทำไม
by
มัน
Optic.
สแนป
And
เก่ง
that's
จัง
it.
วะ
I don't think Liquid are
จังหวะแบบ
making mistakes as much as Optic are
โคตรดีอะ
forcing them into them. Like, the fact that you have such heavy control coming up on mid, the flash trade play, they start to make noise, they start to make the guys think, okay, we're coming B, and Dima swings, gets the info. It's the re-swing
It's also the recurring utility. That's what makes this triple initiator comp so powerful. It's just the fact that you're able to basically force your opponents into constantly looking for information while you almost have it for free.
TL หรือ GS อะ
เออทำไมไม่เห็นได้ยิน TL เลย
Still a quarter
TF.
to play with here before we swap sides.
เรียบร้อย
This needs to be close to flawless. They have ultis coming in, but no money. And I wonder what it's like to enter on a stage where the crowd cheers for you and they give a little golf clap for the others. You win rounds, you start
12ตายหนึ่ง
comebacks, clutches, and they're on your side. But
This
now,
guy so good.
7 rounds in a row, louder
ดูวิธีมันเดินนะ
and louder. The
ใน
cheers
มินิ
for
แมปนี่
Optic
คือแบบว่า
ringing
เดิน
in
แบบ
as the
เดิน
rounds
แบบ
end.
ตรงกลางนี่แบบว่าไม่มีใครทำอะไรเลย
They
รู้สึ
start
ก
to
อะ
feel that they've not only lost
เย่มันก็
favor
เดิ
in
น
the
แบบ
series, but
ชิว
lost the
ๆชิวๆแบบ
favor of the crowd as well.
เล่นชิวจัดอะตรงกลาง
They
อะ
have a while to go before they earn it back, at least as far as this
คือ
map
เพื่อน
goes.
ทำตรงอื่นแต่เยแบบว่า
Attempting something here, but Victor,
ดูดิ
no trouble for him whatsoever.
ไม่ได้รีบร้อนแต่ก็แบบว่าได้ค่อยๆได้เดี๋ยวมุมตรงเนี้ย
Nothing.
ค่อยๆได้ตรงกลางอีก
Six still waiting on the
โคตร
angle.
กดดันอะ
It's almost a full rotation, just leaving Yumpy alone with the headhunter deep in B main.
เห็นตรงช็อต
Drone
อะ
actually might allow him to get a kill, but there's other counter utility. Somehow he escapes. That's no
พอได้
bad
ข่าว
for Demasik. He hasn't had
พอได้
much
ข่าวเดินละ
success, but bear in mind, every time something like that has happened,
พอได้ข่าวก็เดิน
pressure from Optic comes out elsewhere.
The key thing there is Victor
แล้วก็ไม่มีแท็บตรงกลาง
dominated the drone active. You only had finesse to cover.
โอ้โหตรงกลางนี่ของเขาจริง
Quickly zip into the angle and grab
ไม่ลง
one. But that was a mistake
เนี่ย
for two players.
มันก็เดินมาตรงนี้แบบชิวๆเลยอะ
Now the rifles in the same position for
ดู
Ye.
ดิ
The same aggression that's won them so many rounds before. And the distraction coming in on the side.
Oi.
Well, it's not going too badly with the trades at least.
Ah.
But they've still got a completely
surrounded.
unaccounted for player of Ye just having snuck into spawn.
Of Ye.
Off angle now,
30
but
seconds left.
โอ้
expected or not, Yumpy was
เหี้ยอะไรเนี่ย
down in the
อย่างกับ
plant
แฮก
now, but found safely.
เฮ้ย
Again,
ทำไมมันรู้
it must
ทำไม
be
มัน
nice
วาง
just
เป้าเหมือน
having
รู้
this
ทุก
man
ช็อตเลย
นั่น
on
ดิ
your side.
มันเคลียร์ทุกอย่างเหรอ
Lurk through mid.
เหมือนแบบหัวมันแบบ
Do
มัน
so
คิด
much damage.
คิดทุกช็อตอะระวัง
And survive.
ระวังตัวตลอดอะ
At least in the majority of rounds. Look going to get close.
The majority of he's 13 and 1, Tom.
That's the majority.
It's just what he died once.
That's the majority. It's not
Give him
all.
a break.
It's not all round.
Survived that round with like
Majority.
3 kills on 8 HP. Like, that's closest thing to a Terminator I've seen. Unless we've got a vat of lava, I don't think we're getting rid of this guy.
Take hold.
See if they can at least grab an exit. The player's waiting in the spawn. You can see Solkas has the angle with the rifle. He wants to save it. Wants to make it costly for way, shape, or form.
Sit
but
back down.
อะไร
Back down.
yeah, go to the spike.
Oh,
it's not
God.
worth facing. Yeah, you're not getting that kill. You don't want to give him an orb. 8-0. Just an
ทำไมไม่มีใครมาจับ
absolute
เยตรงกลางเลย
desolation. North America have come in
วิ
here
นก่อนหน้า
to
นี้มัน
make
มา
a
แล้วมัน
statement.
เอาตัวแอดกับสตรีมมา
Well, that statement is being made.
ไม่ไหวหรอ
อยู่ดี
ล้มอยู่ดี
Liquid come into this round with
แล้ว
a lot of ult.
ไอ้ออปติกเอาไอ้นี่มาพอดี
They've got the running back.
เอามาชน
No command.
เย่เกมมิ่ง
Well, there's plenty to play with. You've even got Yumpy back on his operator. As said, the closest
แล้วก็เดินตรงกลาง
round they
จุด
had
ๆนี่ไง
was
มาแล้ว
stop
พี่
that
โฟ
gun.
แคสกับ
The
ฟิ
thing
นิก
is, though, at the moment, they're up against an
วาร์ปดีกว่า
unstoppable force. Seize down early will at least force EA back, but look at them. So many players on that B side.
ดูนะพอโดนไล่มันจะไปที่ไหน ก็เดินกับเพื่อน
Optic have the perfect read here.
ไอ้เหี้ยแม่งโคตรแบบ
Nobody on A, they're just
โคตรชิวอ่ะพี่ พอแม่งโดนทิกตรงกลาง ทางอื่นแม่งแบบเหลือคนเดียว เพื่อนเข้า
With the ultis online,
What
Liquid
the
are
fuck?
obviously content to play the retake. We are already having the nightmare coming through. The nightfall,
ไอ้เหี้ยแบบ
excuse me, as the nightmare attempts to take them,
เอ
but
อ
Scream got caught.
แต่
Trades
เดิน
are
เดิน
good.
เดินช็อต
The
เฉย
ulti
ดู
that
ดิ
is committed, I think they want a bit more. Dealing with the
โอ้โห
players
จัง
on
หวะ
site
ทำมิ่ง
doesn't
แบบ
look too
โอ้
easy
โห
either.
นะ
There's just no inch
Oh.
being given. Damage done
Oh.
again, and they fail to find anything. 9-0. Liquid have no
อยู่นี่แหละอยู่กับ
credits
ป้าลูก
left, and this half is already out of their control. How does this map look so much better for Optic than Bind? A map we were terrified for Liquid on. We said they didn't have a chance over there, but when it came to Ascent, they look so much better on this map. Well, not this time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I almost wonder if teams are going to have to start really questioning whether they play Ascent.
Just don't play Optic.
That's a good way.
Easy.
You just
เนี่ย
see
มัน
them
จับ
come
แล้ว
out
มัน
the
จับ
back
ตรง
and
ช็อต
you
เลย
just lose before that happens. Then you can
รอดูนะ
beat them completely, but
ปัญหานี่คือเดี๋ยวรู้ว่าเป็นเพราะเย แต่คือถ้าไปจับเย ไอทางอื่นไม่จะอ่อนเว้ย
Once again, showing
ดูเลย
their dominance to the world, showing they're not going anywhere.
Well, they've shown
Wait.
their dominance to the world
Wait.
time and time again, but versus EMEA, less
That
than
is true.
10% of the time they pull it
เยก็
across
ไม่เดิ
the
น
line.
ถ้าเพื่อนไม่เดิน เยก็ไม่เดิน
1-10
ดู
is
ดิ
their record.
Yeah, that's the map record as well. And in terms of series, hasn't happened for them.
And now here they stand, already doubling up those numbers, and with a 9-0 lead versus Sheriffs, things are looking fantastic. And the last round was high pace. Okay, that was quick. Forget that round. Think about the rest of the game. They had such a controlled pace.
โอ้เล่นตามข่าวจัดอะดูดิ เล่นตามข่าวจัด
Be all out aggressive.
นี่ปกติเดินแล้วนะ
Victor on a third round with a Sheriff rushing in with his ulti. But the reality is, in most rounds, this is how they play.
Yeah.
Slow, methodical, allowing you to make a mistake, and when you don't, they're going to force
เดิ
you
น
to
ละ
make
เดินละ เวลาจะหมด
Smoke down, but on the other side,
อ้า
does manage to get himself one.
โอ้
How is this looking?
โอ้
Round their win.
เชื่อเลยว่า
It is a prime gaming
Oh.
bonus out from Liquid as well.
เนี่ยเวลานี่ช็อตอย่างนี้
Maybe there's a little bit of life left in this team just yet.
ไอ้สโมกตรงกับ
3 rounds, the best that they can get, but one better than it was looking like we'd see. This play right there, he seized, but he still makes it. He has that little bit of room, and he just
เดี๋ยว
that small
แล้วก็ไม่ใหม่บอสเดี๋ยว
โอเคคุณ
9-1 as Team Liquid find their first round, but Optic feel destined to answer back any moment now.
We saw the wind get into their sails last time after a slow start to Bind, but this has been a different story. If that can get them going once again. Yumpy, they're already under pressure, some utility thrown through. And again, we're
ไม่
seeing
ให้ออก
Solcast
ไม่ให้
is
ออก
gonna
อยู่
try
บ้าน
and
ไม่ให้
challenge
ออก
into middle. Has a little bit of support from Scream, but because of the lurk that's been going through so regularly out of Yay, they've had to actually
อ้าว
post players
นี่เดิน
up.
บีว่ะเฮ้ย
However, that player is going to tell them there's at least
Oh,
one hero
wow.
they didn't know the
9-3
other.
ไง
Actually, it's still Scream to get the
เอา
kill. The trade though
ไม่ใช่ละ
is back. so fast.
Fantastic reveal up and over
Oh,
by Soldiers with the response from Optic.
ไม่หลีเป้านะ
They do damage to Scream, and now they're stacked up to take a one-way smoke fading as they attempt to swing.
เอาแล้วไง
Navarra
เอาแล้วไง
tripling up in this round.
เนเวลล่า
9-2. Team Liquid might just have a hope if they can push to 3, but they need that. They need the pistol. They need more than they've found in the past 30 rounds. This is a tough scenario, but the wind's starting to pick up now. The speed of this comeback yet to be determined.
อยากออก
By the
อะ
looks of it, they need Navira. I think that's the piece of the
สอง
puzzle
วิน
that's
สอง
been
วินก็เฮ
missing. 6 kills over the last couple of rounds.
เสียงดังกว่า Optic
Two
ทำ
before that entirely. Still though, a chance for Optic to close this out strong. Still
เจ็ด
having
ก็มาดิครับ
the
เดี๋ยวแล้วเจ็ดนั่น
force
เจ็ดสกุล
online
นิก
as
ปะปิยอง
well.
กุ๊กกุ๊ก
Okay,
กุ๊
the
กกุ๊ก
no
กุ๊ก
command
กุ๊ก
has
ปะลุก
been
กุ๊ก
built
กุ๊
up
ก
for
ครับ
Navira, but again they look to just pressure
เล่นรวมละ
this B site.
เล่นรวมละไม่ได้ละ
As
ไม่
they
ได้การ
have
ละ
done before, Deep is sick, left blind in the corner, and this time Navira is almost
อัน
dead
นี้คือ
within
ไม่
the
ได้การ
first
เล่นร
couple
วม
of
ละ
seconds. But they have at least managed to force Optic back.
Oh, all the way back, in fact. Look, they're wrapping completely around. In the last round, we saw Solcus and Scream in mid, a flash into the smoke, a reveal up and over, confirming mid control for them, guaranteed, and they found Finesse on the back of that. This time he survives into the late round. Cycle out the utility and look for info on A. But Team Liquid, they're reading this. They're sensing. Ain't been enough noise outside of B. They haven't seen anything there. Just managed to catch FNS. They maintain just the 3 players on the site. Still a flash to play with for Scream, and just needed that fight. They'll hold on to control. They'll go down. Victor with a phenomenal trade, but they're not going to A. They're faking it out. 3 players there. It means only Divasek to hold, and Yay is seeking him out. 9 for
ไอ้
Optic.
เหี้ยมันหันมาให้เม็ด
Double
ให้
digits
เม็ด
pretty soon. Look at this
เย่
position.
นี่เป็นเครื่องจักรสังหาร
Surely not expected. They actually are. They clear it.
โอ้
Spike is only just making his way
ผ
towards
ม
the
รู้กัน
site. Tour de force now activated. Yompi gonna get caught. They know that he's coming from behind. Even still, though, Marv, he's surviving. 2 HP, almost goes down. And now looking to try and pressure through Scream. He knows that this spot is being homed in on. Not wanting to give
Oh,
Ye
look at
that
it.
peek, and he won't connect the shot this time. They have been able to garner some space, but do they even know Marv is here?
ไม่เหี้ยไม่มีใครรู้
Lurking within the smoke. If he gets the timing right, he might be able to win them the round. He might not even be needed at all, though. The timing's spread through, and Ye is going to be the one alongside him to close it. We've heard of a 9-3 curse.
ไม่ติ
We've
ดเคิ
heard
ร์ด
of
ด้วย
Optics curse versus EMEA. Is there going to be a 10-2 curse and somehow a turnaround for Liquid?
In a game where Ye comes out of it 19-3 in the
What the
first
fuck?
half, it is hard to argue against the green wall sweeping over EMEA. NA looking fantastic. Is there any hope from the analyst desk?
What the fuck มาก
Maybe sometimes you just gotta let a chef cook.
นี่ไง
You
จอ
know what I'm saying? And Ye's out there cooking.
He is cooking.
He is cooking. He's making a filet mignon. All right, and it's flavored with Team Liquid's tears. This has just been rough for Liquid, Brent. Look, I'm just calling it what it is. That was just nuts. You couldn't have asked for a better play here, even at this one as well, Brent. How like Team Liquid, they thought they had the reads. Oh yeah, but here's Victor.
Yeah, I mean, this play was just iconic, wasn't it? Just a complete fundamental outplay. I mean, what a way to highlight, I think, the way that the half was going. Because you saw improvements from Optic across the board with the way that they were playing. I think they've made great strides with this triple initiator composition and how they're playing it. But when Ye is putting up numbers like this, and Marv's is also
SCS
right beside him, obviously putting up much more reasonable numbers of what you'd expect, it's just so hard to stand up against Optic.
Yeah, it's time to stop. It's time to stop the discourse around who is the best player in the world. Just accept it. It's Ye. He has been for a while now. The guy is absolutely cracked out of his mind. 19-3, up against Liquid, here in map 3. The pressure, it just doesn't even exist to him.
No. The guy is just cool, calm, and collected. Ice cold. El Diablo on the stage. And this guy is just a casual reminder, I think, to everybody that he's still making a case for best player in the world. He's still here, by the way. As much as everybody likes to brush Optic under the carpet with their team, their overall players, this guy is still making statements.
Yes.
It has been clinical from Optic Gaming. Does Team Liquid have a chance? They're gonna have to dig deep in this second half, or else Optic are sending them to the lower bracket. Mitch and Tom, over to you.
One of the better series we've seen out of Marv at this tournament. He has looked fantastic, but himself and Victor's performance, Crashies on previous maps,
Slightly overshadowed.
Excuse
been
brother.
overshadowed a little bit
Excuse
by
my
Ye.
brother.
Just tad.
10-2. This is a tough spot to play from if you're Team Liquid, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Seems inevitable that Optic close this out.
Let's
Ow,
let them stew
take
it
pop.
just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just let them really
Oh, yeah.
stew in the fact that this is 10-2. Oh god, that is not the timing we were looking for.
Take
I guess it
Portly.
gives them the chance to maybe reset the momentum a little bit, but I think we're really clutching at straws if we think this is going to do much to really benefit the side of Liquid. It has just been a decimation. Again, I think lest we forget that this Optic team always had their struggles early on. They come into the playoff stage and they have always been impossible to beat, it seems. Last time around, a top 3 finish, that was almost given question marks because of the performances of the likes of FPX, PaperX. PaperX are already gone. FPX in the lower bracket. Optic 10-2 up in a map that would finally have them beating an EMEA squad, and I think putting any doubt out the window.
I think it's one of the worst things to have to sit in this sort of scenario as Team Liquid. They obviously have a little bit
เดี๋ยว
of a
มีคนไปเข้าห้องน้ำเหรอ
technical issue. All that's being worked on.
น่าจะใช่
Just sat there, not discussing with their coach what's coming up next. And
ปว
even
ดท้องเหรอ
then, it's the pistol that we're going to be kicking off on.
They're really good at those as well.
Yeah.
That's the
Hey guys,
scariest thing here.
We just need this pistol. And if you think about it, hey, they've actually won 2 out of 5 pistols so far. But one of the ones they won, they lost the follow-up
Yeah.
round and then got shut out at the start. It definitely
ปวดท้องแน่เลย
a new
It's
face of Liquid we need to see.
Yeah, they need someone to step up. And luckily in the last couple of rounds, it was at least like Navira being able to show that stature of an incredible player is still there. Even still though, it's not enough. It's not even close to enough.
Crowd diff though. It certainly has been, man. I think comparing this
กล่าว
to
ดิบโจ
even going into like the last couple days of the previous event, I mean, we are only getting started here. Second day with the crowd. It's only going to get better.
เย็ดเค
The
More
fun
packed
thing
out,
would be-
and yet
ของจริง
it feels like it's got 3 times what we
Yeah.
had last time
Jay never
already.
misses in that. You know what? I agree with you. That is an 100% accurate sign. I will say that one thing's exciting me most about the next series, like, there was an opportunity here for Optic to silence the crowd and even turn some of the crowd. In the next game, if Xset managed to turn the crowd, I think
that would be
we will also start seeing Psycho walk on water and turn water into wine. Like that's the sort of miracle he
He's
would
got
need.
the hair for it, man. I wouldn't.
That's true.
I wouldn't deny it. But yeah, no, I think. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that we had the crowd turn to Optic so quickly on this 3rd map. But
I think it's still mixed. I don't think they've gone.
They're not gone completely.
They're in hibernation.
Liquid went around. They're there for it, but you heard it on the walkouts, man. You saw Ye come out. I was expecting the same roar, and it was just,
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is what like especially with. Firstly, we've got the Turkish region normally playing within EMEA, so they will have seen these stars week in, week out. Especially if you are like a fan of like BBL footballists, you will have seen Scream do some pretty nasty things to your teams in the past. So
เบเตอร์เจมเบอร์
he
เท่ากับวิน
definitely has
What
a
the
fan
fuck
base knowing how strong he is
อันนี้
as
เรื่อง
an
จริง
individual player. Not
ถ้า
been
แจมเบอร์
here
ดิ
yet
บอะ
in this game.
เรียบ
Now,
ร้อย
I
เลย
will say going into that attacking side, that is where you do normally see Scream shine. Farming up those orbs, taking the space, opening up rounds. The thing is, I do feel like just being humiliated like that early, firstly it will have angered him and probably pump him up, but he has looked a little flat.
Look, the first half certainly didn't go according to plan. They were getting caught off at times. Moving into this, I can see the logic. Screen picking up orbs on the attack and so on, but one mistake and it will slip out from under them. And we have to begin things on one of the weaker aspects of Team Liquid's play. I believe the players are getting amped up and ready to go. And well, these next couple seconds are going to decide everything for Team Liquid. If they don't win this pistol, they're already looking at that lower bracket run. This comeback's got to be one of the more difficult to make happen. If DRX can do it, anyone can.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
นี่เหรอ
There is a
Saying
man
you
who will
know,
come up and
I'm
fight you.
wrong,
I will tell you that now, and he really isn't that far away. But yeah, we are going to be getting back into things. A crucial pistol needed for Liquid, something they haven't been able to pull off too many times throughout this tournament, but they are in desperation for one. And they are all building up outside of B. Now they've avoided that haunt, which might
มาแล้วไง
a bit of a nasty fake, but they're just sprinting it, running all the way through, looking to try and
ตะ
take
เกียบเดิน
these
เข้าไป
early fights, and they have been spotted making their move.
A pace.
โอ้โห
Oh, right out the way that Optic, look. They
มี
seem
สอง
ready
ส
for
แกน
it.
ไง
Nobody's caught off. No one's in no man's land, and they've got double stack up on the side. 2 players ready to take these duels now. A 4v2.
Oh!
Does Optic win every single
แคช
one.
ชี่
โอ้
Team Liquid's pistols repeats itself here.
สองสแกน
11-2. Surely that's the final straw for Liquid coming into this round. There's, I mean, you take the eco, 12-2, 10 rounds in a row is pretty tough. You
Yeah.
don't take the eco, you probably already lost.
Yeah, it's pick your poison. What is the worst case scenario? Well, probably not having a buy at all.
Well, yeah.
So they're just going to have to take the pistols in this one, try and get something done with them. They are a team known for their pistol play.
แล้วเสียพกด้วย
Even still, the percentage chance of them stealing this one is low.
Yeah, when it comes to thrifties, somehow the pistols are a little better in their hands. When it comes to pistol rounds, not so much. Round 14, and Optic already knocking on Victory's door. Sheriffs all around for Team Liquid. They've spread out to look for these advantages, look for the duels. And I think a lot of this, you know, these early rounds, you're looking for information, you're looking for... Okay, that Prowler walked by. That's a decent opportunity for Yumpy. Something unaccounted for, and Optic lose a man. Still, everybody else running with those fully automatic weapons. The team really diving, actually, so it's just finesse.
แต่มีสองตะแกนไง
The Spectre's going to have to put up some numbers, and the timing is so poor.
It's been taken out by Yumpy. An opportunity here. Scream gets spotted.
Oh!
Actually, it's Yumpy again. He's just
Ma
taking
trời
over
ơi.
this round.
ใช้ไปใส่ล่างสุดตรงครับ
แจมปี้
A lifeline may be possible. It's a little
Oh!
bit, but Navira gets the kill anyway. Marv now left alone, and he's going to be executed. If there was a hope in hell of this series turning, Liquid needed a round like that. And
Au
one,
à.
thankfully, Yumpy has given it to them.
11-3. Light at the end of the tunnel, still pretty dim. But being able to catch some of these duels, the pace.
นี่จะเคลียร์ MSN ไม่ได้นะ
Like this as well. I give you that mental reset. Still, the concern
FNS
for
ดิ
me,
FNS ดิ
trading rounds back and
FNS
forth.
อะไร
We've
วะ
seen it. We've seen it on previous maps, and now rolling into this at 11-3. Optic.
แล้วผ่าก็
They're
มุม
gonna
ตอน
take
นี้ไง
a slight pause.
ระเบิดเข้ามา
Rush this to the finish line, conceding it essentially to
พี่
Team
ปาเต้ลง
Liquid.
นาโน
สายเฉย
But
สาม
based
ดาว
on
หรือ
what
เป
we
ล่า
saw on Bind, where the classics were able to, we estimate a
Yeah,
very
he still
similar
has
อะไรนะ
a headhunter as well.
ยังไม่ได้เข้าเกมไป
let's
กล้า
not
ลง
be
ก่อน
silly.
ได้เลย
The
นะ
man can
ไม่
still
เข้ามาพี่
Liquid have
มัน
bought
หายาก
so much in
เดี๋ยว
this
เนี่ย
round.
ล
They've
ง
just
ล
gone
งหลัง
straight
จาก
to right.
ดูเสร็จ
No point messing
Đây,
about
đây,
here,
đây.
and well, they're just going to slaughter the players within
Au
the
à.
site. An easy take, some confidence
ทำไม
built,
ลิ
but
ควิดเกม
ultimately
3มันโดนหนักขนาดนี้ที่ไม่ได้ดู
a long way from
พี่
changing
เย
the
ไง
outcome
พี่
of this map.
เยระเบิดพลัง
ระเบิดแบบระเบิด
เย
อ่ะ
โมโหเหรอ
เยโมโหมากบอกแบบแรกทำ
It's
ไว้
a
แสบ
risk. When the pays off for the first, not for the second. Now a rifle can be retrieved with the door closed as well. There's not even a chance of
Dia belum
sidelines.
bikin kau.
You can see Marv's idea. I'll take that
See ya.
rifle
Dia
into the
bawa
next round.
Sterling
Thank you
pelong
very
dan.
much.
แล้ว DI กับ FPX ใครชนะ
Something
ที่
they
เมื่อวาน
won't be able to save as well,
DRX
which for Demon
สอง
Six,
ศู
a
นย์
little
นะ
bit of extra frustration.
ผม
Considering
ดู
he
ด้วยนะ
still
จ
only
บ
has a
อ่ะ
Spectre, although he is
โอ้
getting
เมื่อ
killed
วาน
for
ที่เห็น
absolutely
กล้าดู
nothing,
ตอน
and now
ดึก
they're going to
พี่
go on the
ร่าง
hunt.
สลายไปแล้ว
The thing is for Scream,
โคตรนุก
although he loses the gun, it's
Old
still
man.
somewhat worthwhile just to get the orbs. To have that free opportunity to run into a site. As said, that's where the danger truly lies if you're up against Team Liquid.
เซฟมันดีกว่าเหรอพี่
And actually, they are getting ever closer to stealing this away.
ดีกว่าแหละ
Second or two left for them to
ขอบคุณ
try and
ครับ
kill off this player, and it looks like Marv will be allowed to hold onto the gun.
Yeah, Navera just had 20 HP. He was the closest man to it.
That's all
If
right.
that's your Spectre, sure, he's going to be
Give him a
swinging
hand.
around that corner just looking for you. W key in the rest of the round, but
อ๋อละ
No
ราว
point
นี้ถ้าเพื่อน
risking
ซื้อ
an
ได้
extra
ก็
rifle for a
เสีย
fight
ได้
you're probably going to lose. 11-4. So many rounds
เขา
needed
บอก
for
บัฟพี่
Team Liquid.
เจอ
Run it back online immediately. They can use that coming into round 16. And remember, the
เป็นไงพี่
what got
เป็นไง
such a
ยังเล่นอยู่คนเดียวอ่ะ
success early on for
นึกว่า
Optic
เล่น
when
แบบ
they
โม
went
บ้า
for
แล้ว
the
ไปแค
blitz out
รี่
to
แบบ
B.
ของเต็ม
Victor
มา
had his
ค่า
ult
ส
online
ปอร์ต
early, and it
ของ
was
เต็มจัดอะ
the deciding
Keep it
factor
high, what the
essentially.
fuck?
For Team Liquid, though, I don't think they've gotten the
ตอนแรก
value
21
out of these
3 เลย
running backs. I mean, half the time they're getting knifed coming out of it.
Yeah, we didn't see too many of them. The one we remember wasn't pretty. Now again, double up into
แบบ
towards
ด้วย
the
ดามแล้ว
market.
ไปอยู่บนรถครับ
Rifles finally on the board. Ults not really close, particularly for the side of Optic. Already looking to go quite direct in towards this B site. You imagine the point of contact is going to be Scream. He's getting ready to go for the flash. And well, yeah, he's completely
ทำไม
blind.
เดินอย่างนั้นอ่ะ
He's missed him. Just sat within the corner. The spam doing a decent amount of damage as well. And this is all the
Scam
while
มันเยอะจัด
crannies at the back of the site.
เขาบอกได้เลยดูดิ
Shot from Ye connects.
เยแบบ
This guy shut down the run it back, shut down Navera as well. So much utility evaporating out of Team Liquid's hands.
โจ๊กโอเวอร์อาร์มเดด
Down. A star waiting, a flash to pop. The swing from Victor could grab information. But he goes into the smoke.
โอ้ตัวสมาร์ท
Did in the follow-up from Marv, trading it back and
Oi!
forth, keeping the
โอ้
What lost now?
เอาคืน
He thought he could sneak his way in, but he's been
แปลก
caught.
มาก
And now
เริ่ม
Liquid
มาละ
given another chance to take this across the line to keep themselves
Oi!
alive.
ยังพี่
Music is so lucky.
พี่ดูช่องไหนเนี่ย
มีเท่าไหร่กันอ่ะ
TP'd into
ดู
the
ช่อง
side
หลัก
and still managed to
ฝรั่ง
headshot
ช่องหลักเหรอ
Ye before he realized the danger man gone. But this wraparound could be everything. Are they even going to expect it? They will now with the snap.
Ooh.
That's up close. Is going to drop another.
Yeah.
Liquid.
แปลก
They
ๆ
come
แล้ว
back to make it 5.
แม่บุกเหรอ
Still desperately close and a little bit of luck along the way. I want to see that kill out
Yeah.
from Music again because he should have
เสียง
been
โคตรดัง
dead. He TP'd into that site blind while in a smoke. Watch this.
อยากดูอ่ะ
It's
ว้า
madness. It's just madness.
อู้สเปรย์อะไรวะน่ะ
11-5.
นี่เขาเรียกว่าลัคกี้
Baba made it after all.
Desk thought it was safe, but little did it know.
มันไม่ยอมสแกนเมื่อกี้
As we said, still so much more to
ครับ
do.
ชัดจังเลย
But
ว่ะ
this is where at least a reward will be found right away. Optic
ยังลุ้น
down
ยัง
to
ลุ้นได้อยู่
pistols, down to lighter weapons, one rifle in play for Marv. Everybody else
เพื่อๆจบ
gonna be taking
13-6
bit of a back foot in these early fights. Now, the thing for
13-6
Optic, they've had a lot of success with these rounds. They take risks.
เอ้ยมันต่างกันนะ ตอนบุกทีมลูกฤษกับออปติกจะต่างกันมากเลย คือออปติกแม่งจะไปทำเอไปแล้วให้พี่เยไปเดินกลางอยู่คนเดียว
They've managed to root out FNS.
บุกเป็นโคตรโหด
Is on the B site, but
Why,
if
man?
Marv can find the value, if that flank timing can be as good as it looks like it will.
เฮ้ย
He's only got the damage for now. The kill at least on the swing, but Ye gets
Oh.
traded. This is
เดี๋ยวม้ามันลั่นอยู่นะ
At least he finds
Good
another.
ม้ามันลั่น
This
อ
is
ยู่นะ
keeping the hope alive, and Victor can get a rifle on his way back through.
He was inches away from dropping the spike. The next
Ma.
man around was actually Demasic, but
เสียทามมิ่งนิดนึง
all in all,
สกีมันโดดเล่น
Liquid not in too bad
ยิง
a
หลัง
spot.
ด้วยไง
They'll remove some utility as well. Victor still has all of his flashes to play with, but he's going to have to wait for them to come back online.
โอ้แล้วไม่ยิง
First flash over the top, it leaves Yumbi completely blind.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. They're going to connect both shots anyway. The distance down now to just 5 rounds, but still, the ult
มาแล้ว
starting to creep up for either side, and
มาแล้วทำเอาเลย
I feel like he's been out of the action in a lot of rounds so far, Mitch. All it takes is one, and they hit.
That's always going to be the problem
นี่ด่านบุกเหรอพี่เอ๋ย
for Optic.
จริงๆ
They
มันด่าน
might
กลาง
start to
นะ
feel the tension
ต
build
อนนี้มัน
bit by
เล่น
bit,
กัน
but
เป็
at
น
the
ด่าน
end
บุ
of
ก
the
เลย
day, they are still ahead by such a significant amount. This pause, I think it's the right time for it.
Yeah.
Like you said, with that gap down to 5 rounds, they're not that far away from Team Liquid catching up. They'll take their time now to hopefully close it out. Remember, they've got a ton to play with. Gonna see another round where Ye has the operator. He's even got his tour de force if he wants to pull that through. I see Yumbi is gonna be doing that.
Yeah, I think this is a time as well for Finesse. Like, he has said it many a time in interviews that he almost loves the haters. Like, he will almost relish the fact that the crowd is firmly in the favor of Liquid at this point, but
โอ๊กเล่
they don't want to let it get too close.
2-0
Ye came out of the previous half smelling the roses. And it's funny to kind of say, you know, oh, he's been a bit quiet. It's like he's having a good half.
He still did well in the pistol. It's just
Yeah,
the last couple. Maybe not so
It's
much.
not a bad half. It's just a few rounds that have slipped away. Still 23-7. You know, it's a mediocre performance for sure. Something I'm sure anybody on Team Liquid would be after right now. We had Navera as the hero of some earlier rounds. Yumpy
เนี่ย
stepping
ไง
it up here.
13-6
Tour de
เหมือน
force.
ที่ผมบอก
What's going to be leading this round around the mid peaks, looking for some duels. But obviously, if you're on Optic, you're fully aware that this is in play. You're not going to be jumping into angles. Just
you're also seeing Liquid use a fair amount of utility into mid just in case Ye is there. If you're taking over this control, you don't want to risk this man finding a hell of a lot of value. And actually, I think that's both Prowlers already gone for Soulcast. So very worried about this push coming through. Instead, he's taken deep B control, and now they set up into A.
You also have Demasik, ult online, so he's lurking outside B, and with all this utility and the Prowlers going through, and now they look at an A push, that might just get the push to come out of Ye. If he swings a little wide, it could be massive.
ดูบุกดิ
Possibility of going
บุก
back.
โคตรโหดเลย
At this point, why? He just
Oh,
put
God.
it down, and I don't think Optic will even want to contest for this. Demasik almost just becomes a hunter now. Instead of lurking on one side of the map, he's going out looking to draw blood.
เหี้ย
I don't know how they're doing it, but they are avoiding Ye.
เฮ้ย
I feel like
เริ่ม
he's
ตึง
cursed
แปลก
in this
โอ
half
ที
so
ได้เลย
far.
นั่นน่ะ
He's been on the wrong side every single time, and the faster pace pushes, giving away
Ew.
very little information from Liquid, are really causing issues now for Optic. As you said, Demasik, there's a lot of value if he can take these guns away,
Bomb.
especially that operator.
เฮ้ย เฮ้ย รอ
Even
ก่อน
considering throwing in the paranoia, but waiting for some teammates to come through.
โอ้แล้วแฟช
He
ชิ่ง
knows
ไง
that they're going to be on
เอ้า
this other side, but Ye is already going to connect one of the shots. It's still worth attempting to remove some of this weaponry for Liquid. Anybody they can kill off is a gun that's going to be gone
Oi.
for the next round, but Optic
โอ้ย
are
แปลก
being strong and well. This is
แปลก
why they've been quite lucky to avoid Ye. He's just wiped out 3 of them.
ตังเล็ก
They
อยู่แล้ว
found
อะผม
nothing on that hunt. Optic,
เฮ้ย
well,
สถานการณ์ไม่ค่อยดี
breathing
ครับ
a sigh of relief.
ทำเอาเหรอนะเมื่อกี้
Those weapons
โอ้โห
carried
แฟดโคตร
forward,
สวย
they
อะ
found a full buy here and still have a decent chance. That reveal going uncontested,
อู้
costing heavily as the players swing in, knowing exactly where to look. 4 between them. You asked me at halftime, I'm not sure I thought this was possible. The attack for Team Liquid looking stellar, but as we said, only one mistake needed. And so far, they've done a great job avoiding Ye.
คอมโบนี้ใครทีมอะไรใช้
One
ไม่เป็นโอ
round,
ดิน
he's going to get his sights on a player, and
Yeah.
that's where things can just take a turn for the worse.
5 in a row now for Liquid. Again, they've got this
ไม่เหมือนวันแรกเลยนะพี่เอ๋ยนะ
different player this time, and they are looking to
Oh.
try and
Form
build it.
เลย
Now, bear in mind, you do have
ไปอีกแล้ว
Run it back, going straight through, but Ye almost avoiding him at
มัน
this
ไม่มีใคร
stage.
สแกนเจอ
Trying to find him
โอ้โห
again
โดน
with
ตะ
the
โขบ
no-scope, but they are
โอ้ย
pushing into
โอ้โห
the
มีเทรด
crosshairs, but it's all
เทรด
sprayed out,
เทรด
but
หรือ
it
เปล่า
still gives the space
โอ้ย
back for a couple of players to peek in.
Okay.
However, the
Sydney
side
Kwang.
has gone the way of Liquid once again.
Look at Yumpy. He is so late getting around here. It's being
Oh.
spotted.
Oh.
With this,
ชิบ
one of
หายแล้วไง
the tricks has now caught the
เฉ
kill
ยๆแล้ว
and
มี
main
อันตี
control.
เฟด
Team
แมน
Liquid
คัท
sectioned into the site.
ใช้มาใช้กลับ
Nightfall on each side, thrown out.
Oi.
Solkus
Oi.
Oi.
He had a prowler on
Oi.
on the backside is
Oh my
taking
God.
kill after kill. The
Oi.
clutch player of Crashies. He's been so
โอ้โห โอ้โห
Team Liquid are on the way back.
Team of
เชี่ยคัมแบ็ก
11-8.
จัด
And Optic have got to be sweating now.
ผมก็ออฟ
เย่
ไป
หลับไป
เลย
แล้วเหรอ
They
เย่
should
หลับไปแล้ว
never have been this close.
There's no way. There's no way. I still can't believe
Oh,
it.
so bad.
An 11
Oh.
scoreline. But I can tell you now, the crowd behind
Oh.
me definitely does. Scream just picked up an operator. That's already enough for me. A 2v3 clutch,
โค้ดมันสั่ง
even with Ye being on the right side, even with Victor being able to push through and hit a timing, and that's the thing. That was their sort of riskier purchase.
เอ้
Now
ย
they come in with purely SMGs
Here we
as
go.
well.
แล้วเดินเข้าไป
Tour
โอ้
de
โห
force for Ye.
Great flash. Follow through.
เฮ้ยเจมปี้
The ability to
Timing.
TP out. Can't go too much
โคตร
further
แย่
around that corner.
โคตรแย่
He's gonna extend all the way. The shot out. No connection, and he almost gets
โอ้โห
traded.
มันกล้าเล่นจัดเลย
Hey,
ว่ะ
sticking around, but as
มี
that
คน
timer
ส่งของ
ticks
ให้
and
อะ
players could come into link, he's just gonna have to fall back. It's understandable. close to finding the opening duel, but ultimately, Tom, when you look elsewhere, if he goes down, this round's practically over. Got stingers and specters, pistols.
อะไรนะพี่
chance for them.
มันมีเทอร์นิกแบ็กเหรอไอ้ท่านน่ะไอ้
To
ใคร
stay
ว่าเล่น
alive
น่ะ
and
ใช่
keep
ใช่
having
ไอ้
these opportunities to take duels.
ไอ้เจสันเฮ้ยใครนะ
เจสันเจสัน
They're pushing him. He's going to get the
ที่มันแบบว่า
spam through.
วิ่งไปเหมือนมีอันเนี้ย Not in
Still
back.
there, they're going to make their move in towards the speed site instead. The whole team.
Oh,
going
oh.
through. Finesse has been able to
Again,
find
Dong Lob.
through the smoke and crashes at the back of the site has been hard to beat. Even
Oi,
still, on the
back.
IGL, it's
Back, back.
still down.
เอาให้เฉย
เหี้ยนั่นพ่อ
He still has a teammate at the back of the site as well.
Oi.
Rotations coming through. Finesse has done enough.
เหี้ยสติงเจอร์
Paul even came in. You saw the shock dart trying to hunt
Yep.
Deep down. Now the last man alive.
แล้วขึ้น
And
แท่นเลย
not for much longer. 3
เรียบ
เรียบร้อย
Hunter wall bang.
อย่าให้คิงต้องโมโห
12 found at last. This was the round you feared as an EMEA
จะเป็น
fan.
มาในวินที่สำคัญ
Optic finding success. And sure, Liquid have got the economy to fall back on, but the ult economy in favor of Optic. And they need one of the next 4. We were in this scenario in the previous map, and they closed it out right away.
เอาไป29แล้วตอนนี้
29 kills for Ye. Finesse having probably the 3 most impactful kills in this game so far, and by the looks of it, might be a little bit of aggression coming out from Yumpy, just looking for that initial fight. Ult in favor firmly with Optic. They're going to take down Thema 6. This was not the start they were looking for. In fact,
เอาล่ะ
Fury out.
เอาล่ะ โอ้โห
So much
เกินไป
damage
หรือ
just
เปล่า
done.
โอ้โหต้องไปมาในวินกันสำคัญ
And Yumpy 2v5.
ปกติ
Keep him in the upper
ปกติ
bracket.
เยเล่นอยู่คนเดียว
Team Liquid put up one hell of a fight on the way back in, but Optic have looked so good on these last 2 maps. Sure, they maybe lost the rhythm for a little bit, but here and now, the man of Ye, he'll be caught, but Victor won't. Always ready to trade. Every advantage closed out on an Optic. Win this one with back-to-back 13-8s. They're moving on and besting the EMEA team for the first time.
Yeah, and another curse broken. They're not very good at winning their first game. Well, screw that, they did it. They weren't very good at beating EMEA teams. Well, you know what? Screw that, they did it as well. A champion over in Iceland. They're on the podium as well over in Copenhagen, the most consistent team this year. And they're not going to be toppled by
One, two, three, Optic. Yeah. ลงไปเจอใคร ลงไปเจอกับผู้แพ้หลังจากเนี้ยคู่ต่อไปอ่ะผู้แพ้หลังจากเนี้ยใครอ่ะขอเทสแมตช์1 ตาไปละเทสแมตช์1 ตาไปละ
Match found.
คู่สกอร์แฟนาติกผมคิดว่าแฟนาติก 2-1 แต่ XZ ก็เก่ง20 XZ
Deathmatch. Warm up.
คู่ต่อไปอะไรอ่ะ
Access กับเทปเนติก
โอ้ my god
ทำไมผมไม่ได้ดูเอฟเฟกต์เลยวะพี่โหดไหม
โอ้บอสเตอร์ไงพี่
อ๋อว่ะใช่
ไอทีมแชมป์รอบที่แล้วของแชมเปี้ยนนี่หายไปไหนหมด
ฟันพัดเนี่ยพี่ อ๋อพวก M3 อ่ะเหรอแกมบิดอ่ะนะ
เอ็ดแล้ว
ตกรอบ
G2 เงี้ยหายไปเลย
กิน G2 มีใครนะที่เล่นไอ้ท่านน่ะเหมือนกันนะพี่เคยแบบว่าคนนี้เดือดจำได้อยู่
มิกเวลเหรอ
ชื่ออะไรนะพี่
มิกเวลแล้วว่า G2
มิกเวล
ทำไมหรอ
มิกเวลแต่ตัวนนั้นมิกเวลแม่งไม่มา ยิงไม่มาเลยฟอร์มหายไปไหนไม่รู้
ใครเนี่ย
เข้ามาถึงรอบลึกๆได้ปีศาจมากจัดการยิงแล้ว
ไม่ทันผ้าพัดมันเท่ยังวะ โอ้มันรีเป้ากันเร็วจังหวะเดี๋ยวใครปิดนี่นายยาไหนดูไม่จบวันก่อนใช่วันนี้ก็ดูไม่จบโอ้โหเสียใจ
งั้นเป็นเข้าเกม
อะไรนะครับ
ที่กำลังเข้าเกมทาวเวอร์นะครับ
ครับผม
พี่เลยครับเอ็กเซ็กกับฟานาติกพี่เลยว่าคู่นี้เป็นยังไงบ้างครับ
โอ้
พี่
ย
ให้ฟังหน่อยได้ไหมครับ
เอเวอร์ติก2-1ครับ
อุ้ย
นี่
Exit 20ครับ
เอ็กเซ็ก20
เพราะว่าวอเตอร์จะเต้นเวิร์กครับ และเอ็กเซสดูวอเตอร์เต้นไม่มีสมาธิเล่น
อ๋อ คือแพ้สูตร
แพ้ตูดวอเตอร์ครับผม
โอ้โหจัดพอพิงไป
โอเคครับ เราลงเอ็กเซ็กสองครับผม
อ้าว
Exit 20ครับ ฮะกระสุนไปไหนอะ
สามารถเล่นจอเล็กไปแล้วก็ดูไปได้ไหมก้าหรือว่าห้ามเปิดจอเล็กอันนี้เลย
ได้นะพี่ แป๊บหนึง
เอฟลงแล้วเปล่า
ต้องชวนพี่เจมส์ด้วยอะ
เกม Exit อะไรมันเกี่ยวกับอะไรอ่ะ
เจอกันทุกคน
เมื่อกี้เหรอพี่
ไปละโอ้ไปนอนก่อน
เมื่อกี้ป่ะ
ใช่ใช่
คู่อีกคู่หนึง
เกี่ยวกับ
ดูช่อง
เกี่ยวกับ
พี่เอ๋ย
หา
พี่
ทางออกหาทางออก
พี่เอฟ
ในด่าน
พี่โปรตีนนะ
ได้แก้พัซเซิลอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับ
อ๋อ เล่นคนเดียวเหรอ
เจอกัน
คนเดียวก็เล่นได้
7-6
หลายคนก็
ว่ะ
เล่นได้
7-6
พี่
อ๋อเป็นโคออฟได้
ใช่
บ๊ายบายขอบคุณครับ
สนุกดีครับ แนะนำเลย